San Antonio's Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs dominated in their season opener in Dallas against the Mavericks, 125-92. Wemby wowed, 40 points, 15 rebounds, 0 turnover performance to lead the way. Spurs return to action in New Orleans to take on the Pelicans tomorrow night. A gambling scandal is rocking the NBA. This morning, the FBI arrested Heat guard Terry Rozier, Pistons head coach Chauncey Billups, and other in an alleged illegal gambling ring.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Whoa, what a day. Did you wake up to the news this morning? A scandal rocking the NBA. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday out there. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix, and I don't know who the hell that was, but welcome to the show, whoever it was.
Man, I'll tell you, and we all stayed up late last night watching the Spurs. I don't know how anybody would have turned that thing off. The Wemby year 3 is different.
Dude.
This team we already thought was going to be fun to watch. But my goodness, and this is before we get De'Aaron Fox back.
Dude, that guy was doing things last night that I didn't think it was possible, especially for a dude his size. The reverse dunks, the shooting from the outside, the dribbling that he was – I mean, it was just an incredible, incredible performance.
The idea that Vic did what he did last night, 15 of 21. The biggest thing for me, aside from – making Anthony Davis, an all-world defender, look like an average Joe, is Wemby only took 2 3-pointers last night.
Mm-hmm.
That was the encouraging part. We'll talk a lot about the Spurs 125-92 win over the Dallas Mavericks, but you guys woke up, I promise you, better than, say, Chauncey Billups.
Oh, my gosh.
I think about this, man. You spend all that time, you make it through, you're an FBI agent, and you got to wake up at what time to go knock on somebody's door at 6 a.m. to arrest them?
Yeah,
what the hell?
But that's kind of, if you're an FBI guy, that's kind of like your Super Bowl, isn't it?
Dude, it's 6 a.m.
You probably didn't sleep at all. You're like, okay, we're going. It's time. It's game time.
Yeah, let's get through the gated neighborhood. And it's 6 a.m. I mean, do they let the guy get dressed, brush his teeth, or what? I mean, what a way to wake up.
Well, I tell you what, if what's being accused, Chauncey Billups being accused for, I hope they spank his hiney and spank it hard because, man.
He's going to jail. Don't use that term, please.
Well, I'm just saying that what he's accused of doing is an unforgivable crime. Now, Terry Rozier, because there's 2 separate things here, which is crazy. And I heard today that Terry Rozier has made over $100 million in his career. Mm-hmm. And yet you still need more money from illegal activities?
You know, there's never enough.
Jeez.
And again, I'll go back to something, as you say it that way. I'll never forget this. Patrick Creighton, who used to play wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. And PC and I did a show together way back in the day. And Sam Hurd was on those teams. And Sam Hurd had made it. Here's a dude that made it from San Antonio, made it with the Cowboys. And he was doing just fine by our standards. But PC told me, he said, look who he's hanging out with.
Yep.
He's hanging out with the guys on the team that make $10 million a year, and he's not close to that. He's rich, but he's the poor man in the group. He's the one guy that can't. That's why he had to turn to doing other things. I'm with you. At some point, when is enough enough? Now, we all probably know people that no matter what they have, they always talk about somebody else's money.
And
they're never happy with what they have. They're always looking at what the other guy has, and not as, man, my goal is to work harder to be able to get that. It's just jealousy. And you wonder when you're doing this and you're bringing in money, is there ever enough?
Dude, let me tell you something, and that's one thing, these players, but Adam Silver's got a problem on his hands.
He does.
If I'm the owner of FanDuel or DraftKings or MGM or Circa or whatever that have these apps that you can bet on, I'm going to Silver and saying, hey, dude, We can't have this. Because would you make a bet on an NBA game right now?
The integrity, I would. I'm
not. I'm a degenerate of all degenerates, and I'm not betting on the NBA.
I mean, it is. Well, maybe.
Now, I might have done it last night, but then I woke up today and said, well, that's it. I'm drawing the line.
Change your habits overnight?
I'm drawing the line.
Yeah. Well, there's
there's
NFL for you to bet on
yes.
tonight. Yeah. I mean, let's face it. I'm still deciding 3.5 tonight, man. I kind of like Minnesota.
Wow.
And 3.5. I think the Chargers win a close game. I digress. Get your picks in at sasports.com. For the Pro Football Pick'em Challenge, weekly winners get that gift card to the Mellow Mushroom at the end of the year. The local grand prize winner gets $1,000 worth of tickets from our friends at A Awesome Tickets.
You know what else is an unforgivable crime? Picking on the elderly. You know, Justin
who
Guerrero.
Made fun of you
Justin
now?
Guerrero on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page said Grandpa Joe posted the same thing twice to his reels, LOL. I did, and you know why? Because I saw it again when I looked at it. It said, share to your story. I'm going, well, did that not go through? So I hit it again. And you know what? You're welcome, Justin, because you got me twice.
Well, why didn't you delete it?
Nah, why? I'd leave it up
Do you
there.
know how to delete?
Probably not.
No.
Doesn't matter.
Don't make fun of Grandpa Joe.
Exactly. Unforgivable. Unforgivable. Craziness.
Get off my
I mean, because Grandpa Joe's going to make fun of you, Justin, for not having a comma after reels and then LOL if we're going to call somebody up.
Nah, I wasn't going to do that to him.
You probably didn't recognize that was.
Well, that's not important to me. And, I'm just.
But 2 reels. I mean, all that does, Justin, is increase engagement.
That's all it does.
And that's what we get judged on.
Yes.
So hit the like button, the thumbs up button there. Subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Share those damn reels twice.
Yes.
Justin.
And then more than that, do it and put it on your page too. I don't, damn. I felt bad because I had to do that. There's sometimes you got to get things off your chest, Minix. And I so excited after watching that Spurs game last night, excited about the NBA season, and then, boom, the FBI just comes and throws a big old bucket of water on everything. And I tell you what, this is a problem in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge problem. And I don't know what Silver's going to do. And I get in front of a microphone and a camera now. And they sent out a statement, but who gives a damn? Get out there and say something, even if it makes no sense.
Well, see, that's the problem. If he said something that didn't make sense, you would hammer him. And I don't know what he does because he's probably involved in meetings with lawyers all day because this is an oblique moment. This is DEFCON 4. This is the biggest problem a sports commissioner can have. Gambling and the integrity of the game. The NBA and these new TV deals and the billions that they are making. And you invite the gambling companies in. For years, they ignored them, even though we all knew it was going on. Now they're taking that money. And the biggest thing you can have is you got to have the integrity of the game. Are there always going to be little one-offs? Sure. And if you deal with that, like they have, lifetime ban for a dude last year, that's how you have to handle it. Major League Baseball, boy, they dodged a bullet with Shohei because they have an interpreter to blame.
Well, they had a fall guy there.
And for every league. I mean, and it's not just Adam Silver today. Roger Goodell's having meetings today. Gary Bettman is having meetings today. Manfred is having meetings today. They're all, all the college commissioners double-checking everything that they do with the protections that they have to make sure these rules are not being violated.
Okay, let me bring this up, and I can't take credit for this. I got to give Pledge all the credit in the world for this.
Uh-oh.
So we're talking about Terry Rozier just playing like ass because to throw games or sitting himself down. That's what he's all being accused of, and this goes back 2 years when this investigation began, from what I understand. Watch that whole FBI press conference today because I was just like, what the hell?
It's like a movie.
It was. So what is the difference in that and a team tanking? What's the difference? There is none. That's why I hate tanking. And I know everybody loves it because, well, we got Wemby.
Now,
I hate tanking, but it's the same thing. You're throwing games for a purpose.
it's a pretty wide bucket.
Is it the same?
It is not the same. because the teams that are tanking are doing it. They're not saying it, but it's obvious what they're doing. And you know going in, a team that is tanking, and if you're making a bet on it, whether you're betting a game straight up by the points, the over-under, or you're doing individual prop bets, you know based on what that team is doing and what their intention is that, yeah, maybe this guy isn't going to get enough minutes because they're not going to try in the fourth quarter. So if he's at 24.5 points, he's probably not going to get there, versus a healthy player that he's at 9.5 and all of a sudden he's got 7 and he falls down and he's grabbing his hamstring because he knows he's told some people bet the under because, that I think that's the biggest difference. I mean, to a point, the integrity of the game, you shouldn't tank, right?
You shouldn't tank.
And again, everybody turns a blind eye to it from the league level because they can't say they're tanking. But coaches' actions show you they're not trying to win this game. And you know that. It's a race to the bottom because it's set up that if you suck, you get rewarded.
It's absolutely true. So I'm just saying one is for money and the other is for players. So I don't know. I mean, I thought it was a pretty good point. Again, I got to give Pledge all the credit. He's the one that brought that up. But I mean, it's a fine line in my mind. And it's not just the NBA that does that. The NFL does that.
There's similarities, but I don't know. A guy throwing a game for gambling purposes is different than tanking for a purpose.
Now, Gilbert P. on our San Antonio Sports Star channel says we ought to have a poll. Is tanking the same as throwing games?
All right, we'll make a poll.
I think we should make a poll, Pledge.
Absolutely, we'll make a poll. I do want to clarify something if I misspoke earlier or if Ramiro misheard. When I was talking about the Sam Hurd story and I talked about Patrick Creighton, it was Patrick Creighton who was giving the example of Sam Hurd, why he was doing what he was doing that sent him to jail, because he was the poor guy in the group hanging around with rich players. It wasn't Patrick Creighton who went to jail. And I don't think I said that, but if you heard it that way, PC told me when I was like, dude, why would Sam Hurd do this?
Yep.
And Patrick Creighton said, this is why. And while it doesn't make sense, it makes sense. When you're doing well, you're doing fine, but all your friends are doing all this, you're always chasing a dollar. It was Patrick Creighton talking to me about Sam Hurd, not that PC was doing all that stuff and went to jail.
Well, I'm glad you clarified that, but I knew exactly what you meant and what you were saying.
Well,
I think most people did.
If I misspoke. I mean,
I didn't hear you misspeak.
All right,
not this time. I mean, you do it often, but it doesn't matter sometimes what I say or what you say. It's what you hear. Exactly.
But in a topic like this, I just want to clarify quickly. If you thought I was talking about PC going to jail, to my knowledge, PC never has been to jail. He's a great dude.
Yeah.
His kids are doing well in high school up in Dallas. He's a farmer's insurance agent now up there in the Dallas area.
I hope he's better at that than being a wide receiver.
He was great as a wide receiver, except in the moment.
Perfect Dallas Cowboy.
The alligator arms against the Giants. We all blame Tony Romo for going to Mexico with what's her name, Jessica Simpson, with Bobby Carpenter and Jason Witten. But PC had not one but two big drops in that game.
That's right. He is a nice guy. Very nice guy. Absolutely. We're going to dive into the gambling thing, but first we want to start with the good news, and that was the San Antonio Spurs. And I tell you what, I don't know how many people were like me last night, where I'm sitting there and watching this game, Jason, and my mouth is open. Just you're seeing things you just don't believe a human being can do. And that's Victor Wembanyama. I said we're going to see the best of him this season. I didn't think we were going to see the best of him in game one. But this guy put on a basketball clinic last night. We're talking about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday afternoon at 3:25. The Cowboys are in Denver taking on the Broncos at Empower Field at Mile High. Pre-game at 2:30. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim B. You like that? How about them Cowboys? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
JD, do you ever ride a bike?
Beach bike, yeah, I ride the bikes.
So you got a fat tire bike?
Fat tire bike.
It's brown over gold, and it's got a handy basket.
Oh, we've got JD's twin brother here. I don't think
It's DJ Ryan here. Hi, JD. No, and he'll crank it up. He'll crank it up to 14 miles an hour and ride with ferocious intent.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Greatness is here. All 830 of our famous footwear stores now carry Jordan brand. So it's easy to score Jordan brand footwear and accessories, from hats to backpacks to socks, for the full family at a store near you. Famous Footwear's in-store fit experts will help you find the perfect style and the perfect fit. Because every day is a chance to make it famous. Come in and shop Jordan brand footwear and accessories at your local Famous Footwear store today.
The Halloween parties at the Rue Pub have become legendary. Plan now for the biggest and best Halloween party in San Antonio, Friday, October 31st. Kick off the party weekend at the 12th annual Halloween party with DJs inside the Rue Pub and Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. No cover charge and a $1,000 costume contest at midnight. This is the Halloween party you don't want to miss. Friday, October 31st, the Halloween party of the year. We'll see you at the Rue and wear a costume.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-285-2521. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-285-2521. 800-285-2521. 800-285-2521.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results vary. Consult with your tax professional prior to enrollment.
At Ulta Beauty, the season of giving and treating yourself starts now. Get in the gifting spirit with limited edition kits from Sol de Janeiro, Tarte, and Moroccan Oil. Make every morning festive with advent calendars from Benefit Cosmetics and Drybar. These holiday exclusives won't last long. Make the season yours and head to Ulta Beauty today. Ulta Beauty. Gifting happens here.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
Hey, it's Desmond Howard. You want to win the weekend? It all starts with the tailgate. And for me, that means Kingsford Charcoal.
They've been bringing the flavor, the smoke, and the heat since 1920. No wonder they're still the gold standard of grilling. So fire it up, feed your crew, and let the smoke do the talking. Kingsford, the king of the tailgate. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle. No Rob today? We'll be all right, man. We got plenty of football to talk, including our friend Coach Schottenheimer is going to join us, and the Spurs trying to make it 2-0. So much to discuss. World Series starts tonight. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Crazy Thursday in San Antonio and, well, all across the country, that's for sure. Happy you're spending a little time with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix. And my goodness, that Spurs game last night was a thing of absolute beauty.
Year 3 Wemby, what he was doing last night. And you heard it from the TV commentators. Was up early this morning. It led Sports Center.
Mm-hmm.
It led Get Up. The Spurs led Get Up. And really, it was Wemby. And quite frankly, he said it after the game. He wanted to make a statement.
Of course. Of course, it was also, we needed to make a statement in our locker room, I felt like I needed to make a statement to my teammates. But, it's also just the beginning, because there's so much more I want to add to my game. But some things take time and, it's and maturity.
Dude, I don't know what else you can add to your game. Are you going to fly? Are you going to turn invisible? I mean, honestly, the reverse dunks were a thing of beauty. The fall-away jump shots, the dribbling. I don't know what else this man can add to his game.
No, dude, I was pissed, man. He missed 2 free throws. He was 15 of 21. Those 6 shots. He's got to be better than that. 21 shots, 0 turnovers. The most... I'm going to say the most impressive because he did things I didn't think were possible. I think this year, and we talked about this with him coming in, he's going to do things on the court that we've never seen before.
He did last night.
And wow us in a way that Manu Manu used to wow us. Manu used to do things that we didn't think were possible. Wemby is doing the same thing, just in such a different way. That the ball handling at the top of the key and then the they got fouled. Like, what the hell was that? I mean, who that tall is he? 8'3" today can have handles like that. Just all of it. The body control. And again, Anthony Davis is not a slouch defender.
No, he's a pretty good defender. Yeah,
but last night, and this is game 1, and quite frankly, Steph Castle was incredible last night.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a meeting earlier in the Alamo Dome and talking to some of the people down there that, big sports people, and the fact that Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell, at least in game 1, certainly feel like they have figured out their role and aren't trying to overtake like they did in years past. And I think that's especially big for a guy like Devin Vassell, who was 6 of 14 shooting. He did have, tied for second with the most shots on the game. A little surprised Dylan Harper had 14 shots too. But it feels like Devin Vassell played a role last night and wasn't playing tug-of-war with Wemby. But also I think that also goes to Wemby. His teammates know, dude, I am priority 1, and you'll get yours when I feed you.
Well, and especially when he's playing like that. I mean, any player on that floor knew, get the ball to Wemby. The guy's unconscious tonight. He's doing things we've never seen before. Get him the basketball. And Vassell did that, a couple of nice alley-oops from Devin Vassell, and it was fun to watch. And I think you're right. I think Keldon Johnson, though, goes back to last year because I think Keldon Johnson has found his place as the guy off the bench and leading that second group. And I honestly believe he's comfortable there, and I think he's happy there. Devin Vassell, it's going to be interesting to see what happens when De'Aaron Fox gets here. Who moves to the bench? Is it Champagnie or is it Vassell? I mean, to me, that's the only two that are movable in that starting lineup of last night.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, if you're just going position, it would be Devin, maybe Harrison. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Positionless basketball. It is interesting in RPPs, but are we back to the beautiful game? I mean, we had 24 assists on 50 field goals. I mean, just the ball movement. And let's face it, last night, the San Antonio Spurs spoiled the party for the Dallas Mavericks. That game was on ESPN, not for Vic, but for Cooper Flagg.
Sure.
And for Anthony Davis, and for the Mavericks, who are expected to be one of those teams. And the Spurs annihilated them. It's not like they played this great game and the Spurs won it at the end. That game was over in the fourth quarter. In fact, Wemby was not at all happy about being pulled in the fourth.
Of course. Of course. When there's a few minutes left in the fourth and we're up 30 or something, you know, and it feels like, you know, every day we try to lay a brick to build a huge mission or whatever, and it felt like the job was done for the day, you know. It felt like this is what we've been working on, this is what we struggled, this is what we've been working for, this is what we struggled for so long, and it just felt like, I gotta say this, like it fits, you know, like I feel like I was in my place.
Right, he certainly was.
He says
I mean,
that.
it's like, you know, hey, it's beer 30. I've done my job.
Well, he says that after, but when it was time to go sit down, he had to look like, come on.
Well, sure.
I still got, like, I'm not done. I haven't played since February. What do you mean I got to go sit down?
Well, and I'm glad he did, because he played 30 minutes last night? 40 points in 30 minutes, which is it's pretty incredible on its face right there. But if this is the Wemby we're going to see all year long, this is going to be a difficult team to beat for anybody. I mean, it truly is. Now, I don't think we can expect 40 points a night, 15 boards, no turnovers every single game for the next 81. But, man, if we get any semblance of this guy like we had last night, this is a team that's going to be tough to deal with, because you look at Steph Castle. The defense he played on Cooper Flagg last night was incredible.
Yep.
I mean, it was. Now, and I'm not gonna dig into Cooper Flagg. It was his first game as a pro. There's a long list of guys that are pretty famous and pretty good players that had rough first games as a pro. So he'll get better. And if he does,
and he got better in the second half.
Yeah, if he does, he does. I really don't give a damn. I hope Dallas finishes last, but it's not the point. I think Wemby this year, it's finally time to unleash this guy and let him just impress the hell out of everybody.
I mean, Castle was impressive. Devin was solid. I mean, there's really no complaints from last night. This is clearly the best roster that Wemby has had since he's been a Spur.
No doubt.
And it's going to get better because De'Aaron Fox will make this team better, which should excite everybody. I'm curious how many people went to the polls today after going, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's funny that,
I mean, you know, do the Spurs getting off to a good start? Somebody asked us that on the show yesterday. Does it matter? And I'm like, the election's too soon. I don't know. After watching last night, I'd imagine the excitement level is there. Now, if this election were in May, a good season, I think, would go a long way.
Sure, it would.
But a good start after last night, my goodness.
Well, there will be another election in May, and it will make a difference if this one passes.
And get through the first one.
Right, well, exactly. So I'm just saying. But it was, I tell you, I couldn't believe what I was watching last night. And in all honesty, it was just a thing of beauty. It was fantastic. And you're right, the defense, and as Tom Guerrero points out on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, the defense was fantastic. And Steph Castle again, the job he did on Cooper Flagg I thought was fantastic. And it was just a thing of beauty. By the way, there is a poll that we have up on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. If you want to go there, please like and subscribe when you get there. But the question is very simple. Are teams tanking the same as players shaving points or sitting down or not getting to their prop bet or whatever the case may be? Right now, the no's have it, 56% to 44%. But we're going to leave that thing up quite a bit because it seems to be an interesting poll.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
It is. Now, one of the things last night, And you mentioned the defense that the Spurs played. And we heard Mitch talk about an emphasis on defense throughout training camp. And that was on display last night. And what was Mitch Johnson going to be like as a head coach? Mic'd up game one. Thought it was interesting when ESPN went inside the huddle during one of the timeouts.
Possession by possession. Dismantle them in the half court. Play fast. Get back. Do it again. Be disciplined to like and embrace the boring, the mundane. Stops, rebounds, fundamental. Discipline, physical, rebound, transition, pace, fundamental. Again and again.
I love that, man. That was fantastic. I got goosebumps listening to it again.
Embrace the boring.
Yes.
I want some nasty.
Do your job.
Make a T-shirt.
Over and over and over again. It's fantastic.
You ever wonder what goes on in the timeouts? You figure they're in there drawing up plays. Instead, you're just, blurting out the words from the posters on the wall at the practice facility.
I love the line of that. I like dismantle them in the half court.
Yeah.
I love that. Dismantle them in the half court. But what he's saying is, look, we talked about discipline over and over and over again. And if last night didn't get you excited as a Spurs fan, nothing will. Again, I don't know what kind of season it's going to be, but my goodness, I don't think that any of us could have predicted that it would be the type of season that it is. In fact, Wemby was even talking about next steps. What happens now?
I haven't seen us win a opening night game. We're on the road, and we've stepped up so many things in our the way we work back home. So it feels like it's time to move on to the next step, and we need to make a statement because we're all tired of losing. That's the truth.
Thank God.
I love that. I love that.
He's right. We're all tired of losing.
So you know what I loved about that? He says, time to move on to the next step. Because we're not skipping steps anymore.
No.
We're moving on to the next one. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom.
I mean, all of it. Now, it's funny because, one, great opening night win, and Wemby's right. It's been a while since they've had an opening night win.
That's true.
You beat Dallas.
He hasn't had one.
You beat Dallas.
Yeah.
That's always great. Anytime you can beat Dallas, hate those guys. Houston, hate those. I mean, it's not like they opened up, against Charlotte and got a win, right? And I believe Vegas had Dallas.
They were favored.
They
like
were
2.5
favored.
points.
Yeah.
It was close.
But it's true. And Izzy on our YouTube channel, says early want to see how Mitch handles a close game scenario.
That true?
I mean that is true, and it's all a work in progress. I mean, I don't know if Izzy's trying to be a wet blanket. Yeah, that was fun, but what you saw though, and we've talked about this a lot. This is Mitch Johnson's team now. His team was ready to play.
No
His rotations were interesting. It didn't look like there were plays that he was calling where there was confusion. You saw them sharing the basketball, a little bit of the beautiful game that we all remember and we all loved. From Pop's line, good pass to great pass, good play to, make that extra pass. And I really like that. It seemed like Wemby was the focal point. Wemby was option one. And, last year, 2 years ago, and granted, Wemby's rookie year, it was let's see how he gets involved. And it felt like there were so many possessions his rookie year where he was just there. Like that's the focus point. And, as Mitch said after the game, Wemby playing downhill and down low, only 2 3-pointers last night.
I don't know if I could categorize as pinpoint, but I would say I think he's continued to try to get stronger and play stronger. I think there's been a easy narrative because he's tall that he should just dunk the ball every time since he set foot in the NBA. And teams are pretty good. Coaches are pretty smart. So there's game plan and there's resistance involved. And I think he's done a good job of mixing in his game and continuing to get stronger. And you're seeing a young man becoming a man and learning his spots. And sometimes being strong without the speed actually gets you where you want to go.
And again, you could see Wemby's improved physique, right, last night. I mean, he's a little bit thicker, he's stronger, and there's no hesitation to getting inside, to going to the basket. There was no hesitation at all. And I love that. And I think of all the things, I think Victor Wembanyama went into the offseason this year and said, it's time. I'm tired of this stuff. I'm going to improve my game in every way that I can, whether it's going to Monkville or seeing the dream Olajuwon and putting on 30 pounds and a couple of inches, all of the above. And he's doing his part. And I think the Spurs now are doing theirs as well with the team that they've assembled around him. And again, this team only gets better when De'Aaron Fox gets back. So
Eloy on YouTube says it felt like Tim, Pop, Tony, Manu on the court felt great and enjoy it. And it did. It felt like, all right, we've got a team that can compete again. And it does feel like the old days. And then I saw an ad this morning for their opening game that includes a car flag. I mean, you really want to go back and embrace the old days. You can get a car flag if you get tickets to the opening night game. Haven't seen a car flag in years.
That's fantastic. Well, let's see them as you drive up to the polls to vote yes on props A and B.
Yes,
How about
sir.
that? You can have a car flag because it's not close enough. You're parking and you're not taking it with you. So that's perfectly all right.
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
And if they tell you it's not,
well, take it off.
Yeah, exactly.
Throw
it in your trunk.
Well, that was the good news about the NBA, was the Spurs just kicking Dallas's ass. That was fantastic. I loved it. The bad news is what we woke up to this morning, and that's the NBA gambling scandal, and it's a big one. And I don't know what kind of ramifications this is going to have long term, but boy, I tell you what, it made some noise this morning. The FBI had a press conference today. We're going to let you hear some of that and some of the charges that are leveled against some of the players and coaches and all of the above that were leveled today. We'll do that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to SASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Help DEA keep our communities safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, October 25th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
calling all Cowboys Nation in San Antonio. Game day isn't complete without the right look, and the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop has everything you need. Whether you're headed to the game or watching from home, the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop has you covered. Find game day staples like jerseys and hats to fan favorites like hoodies and jackets at any of our 4 convenient locations: River Center, North Star Mall, Ingram Park Mall, and Huebner Oaks Shopping Center. We're open 7 days a week. Find the best selection of Cowboys gear only at the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday night at 6:30, the Aggies take on the LSU Tigers. Presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Celebrating the Spurs and Victor Wembanyama. My goodness, again, what a performance. And I think Spurs fans will be talking about that up until they tip off tomorrow night in New Orleans, and we'll see what kind of an impact Zion Williamson has. Maybe somebody get him a bunch of gumbo or something today and feed him and make sure he's nice and round and plump before tomorrow's game. But we'll see how it is. And look, before we get into the other stuff, you gotta imagine every other team that the Spurs have on their schedule is going to look at last night's game and figure out what do we have to do, what can we do to slow this guy down.
You know, it is game one.
True.
And NBA players and coaches are talented. 40-15, no turnovers.
That's the biggest stat line, I think.
I mean,
zero turnovers.
I mean, he didn't have enough assists. I
didn't want him to have any assists.
Well,
give him the ball. Feed Wemby.
He didn't have enough blocks, but you're right.
You went over on the blocks, didn't you?
I did.
See, it's all about you, Minix.
Just saying.
Oh my goodness.
But his game also says, kind of like, in football, you take away CD, George Pickens is going to eat, right?
Yep.
And we know he's got the ability to pass. He's such an unselfish player. But last night, he was a little bit selfish, which you loved. And just complete domination. And, but the box score, at the end of the day, not as lopsided when you look at, he had 40, Castle had, 22, Dylan Harper had 15, Keldon had 11, what Devin have, 13. I mean, it's still fairly balanced even when you have a guy that's on a roll like he's on.
Well, to do that in only 30 minutes, I mean, that's pretty incredible stat line.
Yeah, part-time player.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. Look, I did like what I saw from Dylan Harper. I'll be honest with you. The guy's athletic as hell, and he's going to be a player. Steph Castle, I think, is only going to get better. And again, you talk about a Bruce Bowen type who is much better offensively. You could put Steph Castle in that category. He plays defense a lot like Bowen does or did, and I think that's only going to get better. But this guy can move around and do some things offensively that Bruce couldn't do. So it's going to be a fun season. I can't wait for tomorrow night's game. I'll be honest with you, and I'm excited to see game number 2.
I know I mean, and their home opener is Sunday at 1:00.
I know it. What the hell?
And Cowboys play at 3:25.
So you're saying you could go for a half?
I'm saying with what I saw last night, October basketball, it's rare that you choose NBA over NFL, but opening day, 1:00. I'm rethinking that I want to go to that game on Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, just, and Sunday is going to be busy enough. Saturday night, Paul McCartney. And then Sunday night, I've got the All-Time Low concert out at Techport. But do I mix in a basketball game there? By the way, I was at the Dome today. They're already building out the Paul McCartney stuff.
Oh, is that right?
The amount of trucks in the parking lot and the stage, and holy cow.
I saw our good friend John Machota tweeted out he went to Tulsa last night to see Paul McCartney.
Yeah, those buses are arriving. There are more luxury buses in the parking lot right now.
Well, he needs a lot of them for the little butterflies that'll fly all around the arena tomorrow night or Saturday night. So,
are there butterflies?
Well, there were in Vegas.
You saw them in Vegas.
They were in Vegas.
That's different. Cirque du Soleil is a little bit different.
Now, what I saw from Machota's, because he had a little video, it looked like it was just a standard concert where McCartney's up there playing his guitar and doing that.
He plays for hours. I mean, it's like, I don't know, 50 songs on the set list. It's incredible. I know you're not a fan, but a lot of people that are going to be down there.
That's a Beatles fan.
Yeah?
Not so much for the other one. Were they Spaceship Star? What were they called? Wings, wasn't it? Wings. Maybe that's why he was doing that.
Maybe you went to a Wings show.
Wings flashback.
Yeah, maybe that's what you saw.
Yeah, could be.
Good Lord. Good Lord. Hell, I was, like I said, at this meeting today at the Dome, Richard Oliver, one of the biggest Aggies out there, is like, I'm worried about this game against LSU. Thank goodness I'll be at Paul McCartney, and my wife will make sure my phone stays put away. So good luck with that, Laura.
I think all Aggie fans are going to be a little nervous Saturday night. I mean, Baton Rouge, Saturday night, it's going to be a wild show, no doubt. Obviously, we'll talk about that. Today, though, was interesting, to say the least, and to me, very sad. Gambling arrest, Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, all in total 34 people arrested. The Italian mafia is involved in all of this. But the FBI did say today, and the NBA sent out a statement saying they are cooperating in the investigation.
If you're the NBA, what are you going to say? No, dude, you're the FBI. I'm not going to cooperate. Of course you're going to cooperate because, I mean, there are some individual people who could spend a lot of time in jail, and if what we read today, if that actually gets proven in a court of law, they deserve to spend a lot of time in jail.
Well, I totally agree, but I just think the NBA's got a lot to clean up now. Yep. I mean, this is like a big mess in the living room floor, and you got company coming over, and you better get it cleaned up quick. And I really am disappointed that we haven't heard anything from Adam Silver. Nothing. Just a basic statement from the NBA out today. The NBA doesn't need this at all.
No, they don't. And I do wonder, though, does Adam Silver have more information than what we've read at any news outlet? How much more info does he have? Because didn't they clear Rozier of a gambling investigation at one point? And now the FBI's looking at, I know they've cleared some and others have gotten lifetime bans. Now, this press conference today, you got Rozier that got arrested today at 6 a.m. by the FBI, and Billups that got arrested by the FBI. Same investigation, but two very, very different parts of the investigation. And, man, how much would it suck to, A, get arrested, but to have the FBI knocking on your door at 6 a.m.?
Dude, nobody wants that.
I mean, do they let you brush your teeth before they take you in? I got questions. How does that work?
I have no idea. My first initial guess would be no. Bad breath and all, handcuffs, you're going downtown, buddy.
That's just a bad way. Yeah, do they stop at Starbucks on the way to
No,
Huh.
Not at all. That would not be a pleasant experience. Not at all.
Now, the U.S. attorney, what's his name? Joseph
Naselli.
Nasella. All right. All of this feels like, I don't know, pick your mafia show, Sopranos-like. Let's start with the details of what's going on in the Billups case.
Now, I would like to turn to the other case, United States versus Aiello, the rigged poker game case. Beginning as early as 2019, the defendants in this case orchestrated a scheme to use wireless cheating technology to run rigged poker games across the United States, including in the Hamptons, Las Vegas, Miami, and Manhattan. The scheme targeted victims known as, quote, fish, who were often lured to participate in these rigged games by the chance to play alongside former professional athletes who were known as, quote, face cards. The so-called face cards included the defendant Chauncey Billups, who at the time of the scheme was a former NBA player and is currently the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, and also Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach. What the victims, the fish, didn't know is that everybody else at the poker game, from the dealer to the players, including the face cards, were in on the scam. Once the game was underway, the defendants fleeced the victims out of tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars per game. The defendants used a variety of very sophisticated cheating technologies, some of which were provided by other defendants in exchange for a share of the profits from the scheme. For example, they used off-the-shelf shuffling machines that had been secretly altered in order to read the cards in the deck, predict which player at the table had the best poker hand, and relay that information to an off-site operator. The off-site operator sent the information via cell phone back to a co-conspirator at the table, and that person at the table was known as the quarterback. The quarterback then signaled secretly the information he had received from others to others at the table, and together they used that information in order to win their games and to cheat the victims.
Dude, I mean, imagine that. You're going you've got a lot of money. You want to go play in a big time poker game. I get to play poker with Chauncey Billups.
Yeah,
and they're just scamming you out of thousands. And if I heard today, some dude lost $1.8 million at one of these poker games.
But I'm sure he got an autographed basketball. Got a selfie.
I don't know.
Probably telling buddies, man, I had a whole lot of fun, but that Chauncey could play cards, man. That dude kicked my hand.
Dude, he seemed to know everything I had. It was crazy.
I know.
You know, and Chauncey Billups is the guy, he's like, I don't know, like your neighbor next door, just a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
And in on a mafioso style of this. It's unbelievable.
Now, the Rozier part, how do you say his name? Nocelli? Because he sounds like he's part of the Sopranos too.
Nocella. He's a U.S. attorney, by the way. This guy.
Nocella details what's going on with the Rozier aspect of the investigation.
First, I would like to talk about United States versus Ernest, the NBA basketball gambling case. The defendants in this case are Eric Ernest, Marvez Farley, Shane Hennon, De Niro Laster, Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach, and Terry Rozier, a current NBA player. Other co-conspirators were previously charged for their roles in the scheme, including former NBA player Jonte Porter. Between December 2022 and March 2024, these defendants perpetrated a scheme to defraud by betting on inside, non-public information about NBA athletes and teams. The non-public information included when specific players would be sitting out future games, or when they would pull themselves out early for purported injuries or illnesses. They relied on corrupt individuals, including Jones and Rozier. They also misused information obtained through long-standing friendships that they had with NBA players and coaches. And in at least one instance, they got their information by threatening a current player, Porter, because of his pre-existing gambling debts. Defendants used this non-public information to place hundreds of thousands of dollars in fraudulent bets, mostly in the form of prop bets on individual player performance. The bets were placed through online sports books and also in person at casinos. The defendants relied on a network of straw bettors to place the maximum amount of bets to increase their potential profits. Most of these bets succeeded, and the intended losses were in the millions of dollars. The defendants then laundered their illegal winnings in various ways: peer-to-peer platforms, bank wires, and simple cash exchanges. The indictment details specific examples where the defendants profited from illegal gambling and illegal betting on various NBA games about the performance of players on, among other things, the Charlotte Hornets, the Portland Trail Blazers, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Toronto Rangers. Each defendant in the NBA basketball gambling case has been charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering.
I don't know who the Toronto Rangers are, but they're bad dudes, whoever they are. I'm sure he meant Raptors. But dude, that's serious. And you know, it's funny because as I look at our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, Nico says the question is, how's the NBA fix this, or can it be fixed? I mean, I don't know, but if this is true, and again, these are allegations and everybody's innocent until proven guilty. All right, but the FBI came knocking at your door. I think, you know, that's probably a pretty good indication that this might have happened. However, the NBA has to do something, because if all those casinos I just talked about, FanDuel, all of them, MGM, Circa, Caesars, anybody that's got an app has got to say, look, we got screwed out of money because you guys are on the take. And if I'm those guys, I'm pulling every bit of ad dollars that I have with you right now and saying, until you get this fixed, screw you. We're not messing with you.
You know, it's interesting. It's been pointed out a lot, and I kind of chuckled at it this morning. On Get Up, when this story was breaking, the ESPN Bet logo disappeared while they were talking about it. Although last night, you know, Portland did lose last night. They played Minnesota. They lost 118-114.
Billups was on the sidelines.
Yeah, he coached last night. In his post-game press conference said,
you know, I don't. That pressure thing is nothing to me, man. I do the best I can and let the chips fall where they may. You know that about me by now, quick.
Let the chips fall where they may.
No pun intended, huh?
I mean, in the FBI, they've done this investigation forever, right?
2 years.
This has been an ongoing investigation. Well, the guy might call them the Toronto Rangers, like he's not a sports fan. By design, that these arrests happen during opening week.
Well, that's what people are saying on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. You know, well, couldn't they have done this over the summer? But look, I'm sure the FBI wanted to make a statement here. You know, why let the NBA off the hook if this is rampant and it's going on and it's a big deal and you're screwing people out of lots of money? And I get this, that, you know, they shouldn't have done it now. They, you know, what the heck? Why not now?
When it's ready, it's ready.
Why not now? I mean, I don't get it. It's, to me, this is. I
mean, you know where the big fish, or what are they, face cards? You know they're going to be home.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
6 a.m.
Yeah, and Rozier was on the bench. He didn't play last night, but he was on the bench.
6 a.m.
You think they just knock like that? Or are they breaking the door down?
I mean, watch an episode of FBI.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, they have to announce themselves. They knock first, and then
boom. I don't know.
But, I mean, all these athletes, especially with all those homes that have been broken into, you know, the security at their houses is going to be tight. I would imagine Chauncey's got a pretty good security system. Going to guess he lives in a gated neighborhood. Probably has a gate to get to the driveway.
I'm
right?
sure.
I don't know. 6 a.m.?
That's tough. Now, you agree with the timing or not? I don't know why it was this way, but I think
disrespectful way to wake up.
Is it politics? Is it they trying to prove a point? I don't know. I don't know any of it. The point is, who cares? The fact of the matter is, there were NBA players screwing people out of money. That should upset everybody. I don't give a damn when they arrested these guys. What difference does that make? I don't know. Obviously,
I'm a little bit more compassionate. I don't want to do anything at 6 a.m., especially go to jail.
Well, that's why they did that, because they knew that Rozier and Chauncey Billups would be sound asleep.
Yeah, they're going to be sound asleep at 7 a.m. too.
Well, they might be, but why wait?
8:30.
Why wait?
I mean, let my alarm go off first. 8:32. Here we go.
Yeah, again, the NBA has issued a statement, which I think is a coward's way out, of saying they're cooperating in the investigation. Get in front of a camera, Adam Silver, and fix this, or resign and hire somebody else that can. There you go. Let's move on. You ready?
Yes.
Maybe put a smile on somebody's face?
Sure.
Why not? Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco has become a cult hero, I think, to a lot of people. He's an old dude who can still play football. But he said something out loud today that I agree with completely, and I think a lot of you will agree with as well. We'll hear from Joe when we return on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We've got a football game tonight in the NFL, a couple of basketball games. Of course, Spurs played last night, and there is no better place to get in on all the action than Underdog. Play the pick'em game where you can make your picks and win money right now in Texas, and it's easy. You just pick whether your players are going to go higher or lower on stats, points, rebounds, steals, and more. It's NBA time. There's NFL games. Get your picks right. You could win up to 5,000 times your cash. Download the Underdog app today. Use promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. Promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly Open Phone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
911, what's your emergency?
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month in San Antonio. 7 domestic violence calls happen every hour. The time to end domestic violence in our community is now. Step out of violence. You are not alone. Call 211 for help. Call 911 if it's an emergency.
Progressive's Teen Driver discount could lower the cost of insurance for your teenager and save you some money. And then you can still spend money on them. Because just when you think you have a grasp on spending, new sneakers. And then it's money for a school field trip. And of course, spending money. Oh yeah, and a new phone to replace the one they dropped in the toilet. Oh, don't remind me. So just get Progressive's Teen Driver discount. And then you can continue to spend money on them. Endlessly. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states and subject to terms and conditions.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Cancer claims our loved ones every day. When the Byer family lost company founder Perry Byer to cancer, they established Byer Cares. And this October, during Cancer Awareness Month, Byer Boys will please join us in our fundraising goal by visiting ByerCaresFoundation.com. There's a can in cancer, because together we can beat it.
The Halloween parties at the Rue Pub have become legendary. Plan now for the biggest and best Halloween party in San Antonio, Friday, October 31st. Kick off the party weekend at the 12th annual Halloween party with DJs inside the Rue Pub and Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. No cover charge and a $1,000 costume contest at midnight. This is the Halloween party you don't want to miss. Friday, October 31st, the Halloween party of the year. We'll see you at the Rue and wear a costume.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs dominated in their season opener in Dallas against the Mavericks. 125-92 was the final score. Wemby wowed with a 40-point, 15 rebounds, 0 turnover performance to lead the way. They return to action tomorrow in New Orleans to take on the Pelicans. We have football tonight, Thursday night football between the LA Chargers and the Minnesota Vikings at SoFi Stadium. You can catch it right here on 94.1 beginning at 6:30.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Happy Thursday. It is Thursday. Small Friday, some people call it. Just whatever, right? It's a Thursday. The weekend is in sight, that is for sure. And we're happy you're spending some time with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix. And I have to say this real quick, Jason. Get your picks in. SASportsStar.com. Alexandra has not done it yet.
What?
She hasn't, and I'm not sure why. But you need to get them in there and get them done because, well, check that old leaderboard 3, 4, 5, 10 times a day, and I'm still right there on the top.
You check to make sure you're still up there.
Well, no, it's
when
not.
No games have been played.
It's not to make sure, Jason. It's just that it's
you just
so
like
nice
to see your name up there on the top,
right on top, right there. So it's just a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, if people are scared, I get it. I understand.
It's early. It's early.
It's early.
It's early. Head over to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Go to YouTube, search San Antonio Sports Star. We had a poll. Did we take the poll down, Pledge?
No, it's there.
Oh, there.
It's there.
Yeah. Are teams tanking the same as players shaving points? This is a lot closer vote than I thought it would be. Right now, 47% say yes, 53% say no.
Well, tanking is losing games on purpose to get a benefit. Now, it's not cash, as it was with the gambling scandal that's going on, but there is still a prize at the end for tanking.
Yep.
And so I hate tanking. I do, and I know a lot of Spurs fans love it because it got us Victor Wembanyama. A lot of people say it got us Tim Duncan, but I hate it. I hate it. It just goes against everything that I love about sports.
I think we all hate tanking. But when you know your team has no chance at a playoff run, a championship title, then the biggest prize is winning the lottery. So you're losing games if you're on board with an understanding. Nobody likes it, but it's a necessary evil to start climbing back up the ladder.
Well, it still shouldn't be, though. There should be a better system where you don't have to tank.
If you suck, you get rewarded. They need to change the system.
Well, apparently the system says if you pay off a player, you can win a bet. I know there's two different things, but it's I hate tanking. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I do. I hate it in every sport, not just the NBA.
I hate point shaving.
Well, I hate that too, and exactly. Terrible day for the NBA today, and after such a great performance by your San Antonio Spurs, and so I just hate the fact that we have to do that. We should just be celebrating, and celebrating and celebrating.
And congrats to Tiago Splitter, now the interim head coach since Chauncey Billups is in the clink. Tiago is going to take over as the interim head coach, but we are going to continue to celebrate what we saw last night from Victor. We'll do that in a bit. Right now, let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
You ever go to a bar, Joe, and you order say Monday, the Blitz is going to be live at the Roo Pub, right?
Yep.
And at 6 o'clock, we're going to order a beer. Monday, 2 to 6, live at the Roo Pub there at 281 in Redland Road.
Yes.
And you're going to say, I need a flight by Yingling, and she's going to say, you want it tall or short? And you're going to say tall.
I always say tall.
Who wants a smaller beer?
Nobody.
All right? I mean, so why in the hell would a brewery, a Danish brewery at that, develop the world's smallest beer?
To get into the Guinness Book of World Records,
well, that's
apparently.
Stupid.
They've done this, and if you look at this, it is a and if you're watching on YouTube, I mean, it is a small bottle. It's got one drop. Not only one drop, Minix, it's not even alcoholic. It's non-alcoholic beer.
Well, there's two things wrong with this story. So it can't count as the world's smallest beer.
Well, it is a beer, technically.
It's a non-alcoholic beer.
It's non-alcoholic, which I've never understood the point of. If I just want to drink something and go pee all night long, I might as well get drunk while I'm doing it.
I know people that have gone through the program. They can't have alcohol, but they like the taste of it, and that's what they do. Again, not for me. I remember doing a race one time, and at the end of it, they gave you a non-alcoholic beer. Boy, was I pissed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Like, I'm not drinking that.
You know what was worse than that? I did a race one time. They handed me a coconut milk.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, okay, I'll try it. I'm like, bleh. It was the worst. And apparently, I guess it's supposed to help with your hydration or whatever the hell.
That's
but
what
I mean,
water's for.
Dude, it was awful. I don't like coconut anyway. But
no, but coconut milk is awful. This is,
it's horrible.
You do a race, you run for beer, you go with that. Do you go eat dinner by yourself?
Yes, I enjoy it.
You enjoy it?
I do.
You
sit at the bar, especially if the wife's out of town, there's a game on, you're sitting at the bar by yourself. Nobody's bothering you. You can watch the game and have some food.
Nothing wrong with that, but there are a lot of people out there that just won't go eat by themselves because, I don't know. And sometimes you'll see somebody by themselves, like if you're sitting there at the Angry Elephant and you see old Ryan Eagle sitting by himself, you go, poor guy needs a friend.
Now, don't say that. Say, poor guy is doing just fine.
Well, but you're thinking, poor guy needs a friend. Let me go say hi. Joe Flacco used to think that. Not about Joe, but about other people. Until now, because he's got to eat by himself, and he's realized, this is awesome.
Just kind of take myself out of that mindset, call home, go sit at a restaurant by myself and realize that, man, that's pretty enjoyable to do. After there's not too many situations. I tell people all the time. I mean, I used to see guys sitting at a bar by themselves, or just sitting by themselves eating and grabbing a little meal, and I'm like, man, I feel so bad for that guy. Like, you almost want to go join him. And now I realize, like, that dude was in heaven.
It's true. Sometimes you just want to have a meal, and if there's a game on, or you just want to, be on your phone or whatever the case may be. I'll do that all the time if Maggie's out of town. I'll go somewhere and I'll sit at the bar. I won't normally get a table, but I'll just sit at the bar and eat there, and it's kind of nice.
Quiet time.
Yes.
And everybody needs their own quiet time. Whether you get home and you go for a walk, and you and your thought, you need that time. You're sitting at a bar. As Flacco said, don't feel bad for that dude. There might be a great reason, and that guy might be loving every minute of it.
He may be.
Mm-hmm.
He very well may be.
Now, you can eat by yourself, but when you do, you've got to pay your own tab. No surprise, this is a story from Florida. There's a woman down there, 54-year-old Jennifer Kleber. She went and had an incredible meal at something called Daryl's Doggone Good Diner.
Sounds doggone good to me.
They serve breakfast and lunch. They're only open from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. And according to the police report, she had a wonderful breakfast, cost $27.55. Had some French toast, bacon cheese, whatever that is, had a soda and a chocolate milk. But she only had $10. That probably happens more often than you think. Except for, she said, don't worry, my husband will come by and pay the tab. She claimed her husband was Marshall Mathers.
Oh.
Eminem.
Wow. I didn't know I don't think he's married, is he?
He's not married. And recently, the chick that he's been really dating, or all the rumors say, some lady named Katrina Malata, which Google image would be good for you if you want to Google that. And that's nothing like this woman's mugshot. I can promise you that. and then police were like, well, this isn't the first time she's eaten here and not tried to pay her tab. But it is the first time she's eaten there and claimed that Eminem would pick up her tab like he has in the past. And it's okay for her not to pay for her meal.
Like he has in the past.
He's never paid for her
I'm
meal.
sure he hasn't.
She was lying to the cops.
Wow.
And to the restaurant manager.
Well, I'm just wondering if she had $10. There's clearly a menu that has prices on it.
Well, French toast is expensive.
Well, it is expensive.
Breakfast has gotten expensive.
Yeah, if you leave out the bacon cheese, whatever that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, she probably would have been okay. Now, there would have been no tip for the server. But,
well, that sucks, too.
Well, it does.
I mean, unless you get a breakfast taco, can you go somewhere and have breakfast for under $10?
Well, you get a couple of breakfast tacos and be just fine. Now, you may not have a drink, and it depends on where you go. But
I mean, she had chocolate milk and a soda.
Right. You see, you can't splurge. Because if you're Eminem's wife, you probably have enough money to pay your tab.
Well, again, Eminem's not married. And I'm going to guess here, because we've seen, say, Eminem's roster through the years. And you see this mugshot from this woman. She would never have had a chance to get on that roster. I'm just saying. Look at that, Joe. Tell me. You think she's got a shot with Eminem?
No.
All right.
No.
Now let me scroll down here. This is his current.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, Eminem,
exactly.
right? I mean,
Exactly.
Rock stars. What did Jack Black say in School of Rock? You can be the saddest sack in the world, but if you're a rock star, you can get any woman on the planet.
Tell that to our friend Aaron Smith from the band Kingdom Collapse.
Well, he's a bass player, dude. I mean, come on. I love you, Aaron. Love you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's not his wife.
No.
For sure, or even close to being his wife.
But can you imagine you're Eminem and all of a sudden, you're getting Google alerts that you're you're on TMZ because some lady in Florida claimed you were going to buy her $30 breakfast and that you're married to her? Come on.
Oh, my
Florida.
goodness. Hey, it's Florida. Hey, if you don't try, you don't know. You can't score unless you shoot. Isn't that what they say?
You miss all the shots you don't take?
That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to take a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately for her, she missed. Bad. Big time.
Yeah.
Like Terry Rozier, apparently. We're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little Cowboys. There's an update on Trayvon Diggs and one DeMarvion Overshown who reacts to the fact that he's being called the savior of that Cowboys defense. What did he have to say about that? We'll hear from him when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck. Many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-936-9033. 800-936-9033. 800-936-9033.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Makita knows that pros never settle, and neither do we. With Makita, you get tools that perform at the highest level on every job without compromise. Makita is for the most detailed pros, expertly engineered to deliver precision, job after job. When your work calls for the best, call on Makita. Makita, built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
And Doug. Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu? Is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Last year, we bought over 54,000 cars from your friends and neighbors at GiveMeTheVin.com. Why did they sell us their cars? It's because you're worth more, and your car's worth more. I know that, and you know that. That's why I created GiveMeTheVin.com. It's the fastest and easiest way for you to sell your car for more money when it's time to sell. I'm sitting here waiting on the other end of GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
Coach, how are you?
Man, I'm doing great. Hey, if you guys don't mind, I'd like to go back to talking to Edwin here for another 10 or 15
I
minutes.
knew that's what was happening. He's the hard-hitting one. You don't know. You don't want him. He's about to unload.
No, hey, listen, I did feel uncomfortable. I was like, AJ and Rob ready yet? And he was like, I just got a few more questions for you.
One more salary cap question I got for you, Coach.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Boy, what a game last night, huh? San Antonio Spurs Looking good, looking good. All is right with the world, and we wake up to the bad news about the NBA and what's happening there. But the other piece of good news is the fact that, well, your Dallas Cowboys are they're playing well and getting some people back.
Yeah, they're coming off a win. Jerry Jones keeps saying help is coming. One of those is Agent Zero. And Marvion Overshown, his practice window is open. Probably that Raiders game on Monday night. But so many people, including Jerry, a lot of fans think he's going to come back and he's going to be that difference maker.
Oh, it's just, doing my job. I've always been the one, look, I ain't going to go out there to try to do too much. I'm just going to go and do what I know I can do. And when I get in between those lines, the sky's the limit for me. And I'm not saying that to be cocky or anything, but I know what I bring to the field. So, hearing the things and seeing like, oh, we need Demo to be this when he come back, or we need Demo to do this, I ain't worried about it. I know what I bring to the table. I know what y'all saw last year, and I know that y'all can get more of that. So it's really no stress or no pressure on me to go back out and do anything. I know what I'm capable of, and last year was still me just getting my feet wet, so we still really ain't seen what all I can do.
Look, I believe that if he's healthy. I just think the expectations of him coming back are a little too high. And I say that because obviously he's a talented player, but to anoint him as the savior of the defense is a stretch because, well, we just don't know, do we, how that knee is going to hold up and how he's going to be when he gets out there.
I know we just don't know, but like Greeny used to say, closing out Mike and Mike, he's going to be back and better than ever.
I'm stronger, and we got the numbers to prove it, but stronger, faster, jump higher, more explosive. You name it, I'm all of it. So my game is not going to slow down. I think one of the worst things I heard over my rehab time was, man, you got to slow down. Like, we need you to play a full season. Like, you got to slow down. But that ain't how I play. I know how to play one way, and that's 100 full speed, and that's all you're going to see. So the knee is stronger than strong.
Stronger than strong.
Maybe he's a $6 million man.
I mean, he's got all the
Put
data.
robot parts in his knee.
So, I mean, started the week with all the buzz about Max Crosby.
Uh-huh.
And if it's not Max Crosby, this guy, that guy, some edge rushers, right?
Sure.
All the owners were in New York this week. So was Diana Rossini from The Athletic, who was on with Rich Eisen a little while ago. And she says in her conversation with Jerry Jones, Cowboys aren't going after a pass rusher.
I talked to Jerry Jones about this yesterday because I was trying to get him to tell me what he was doing here. And it ain't pass rusher, can tell you that. Which I thought that would be something that they would maybe look into. He said, we're going defense if we do this. We're not going pass rusher.
Huh. Interesting. So, linebacker?
Well, or secondary.
Defensive back?
All right. Well, Diana, what did Jerry tell you with your conversation?
So he said, look, we're going to look. We're calling around. We are interested.
Jerry
we know that
Surprise.
we could use a piece. Hey, we've got the picks, going back to the Micah conversation, right? Because of that trade. But he spent more time talking to me about how sometimes when you do trade for a player, you unsettle what you're building and what you have there, because that player is then replacing somebody that is in that position already, that may have a strength that is working. Now, we could argue that they need anything. Like, what is he talking about? Who are you worrying about messing up? But I walked away from the conversation with only what I can hear and what my instincts tell me, which is I don't think they're pressed to make a move. I don't think they feel that they have to do it. He's got tons of belief in Matt Eberflus, and he kept pointing to their defense against the Commanders. He's like, I said, yeah, but you had 2 takeaways. Like, you can't rely on that every week. But he said this was all about execution. He's like, when we execute, I don't worry. It's not about the scheme, right? Because we talked about how the scheme changed a bit here over the last few weeks. It's like, it's not scheme. It's if the players just listen and do what they're supposed to do, we're going to win. So we'll take that for what it is.
If the players just listen. Wow, those damn players, they don't listen.
I mean, all the Joneses have been consistent with saying it's about player execution. Now, Stephen Jones will be on with us in about an hour. And you take that, what you hear from Diana Rossini, not an edge rusher, even though they could use one, but with DeMarvion Overshown on the way.
The savior of the defense.
Although, man, I don't know. You know, but Ezaraku getting better. Finally got a sack. They got pressure. Why? They were playing man. They were playing JV receivers, too, from Washington. I wonder how things go this week against Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos, if it's going to be there, or is Matt Eberflus and his meeting with the boss every week, what went wrong? Well, they didn't listen. This was the play I called, and look, this guy here didn't do his job. This guy here didn't do his job. I don't know. Do they need help? Yes. Are they desperate for help? I think so. I mean, honestly. Now, do you give up everything and go all in on a Max Crosby? Are they Max Crosby away from being in the Super Bowl? No. If I'm Detroit, I might overspend for a Max Crosby because I feel like I've got a team that can get to the Super Bowl, so why not get that better? Or the Cowboys with a Max Crosby, a Super Bowl defense? They've got a Super Bowl caliber offense. They need more than a Max Crosby to have a Super Bowl caliber defense.
I'm with Jerry on this. If that's what he told Diana Rossini, I have no reason to doubt her. She's a little cutie, by the way.
Well,
Just saying.
I mean, look,
something about it.
The reality is, I ain't looking at edge rusher. You're lying through your teeth, Jerry.
No. I think defensive backfield, and I say that because I'm not quite sure that Trayvon Diggs is not on the trade block. I say that. Eberflus said today that Trayvon is still in concussion protocol. We still don't know what the hell happened to this guy, if anything. Now, are they keeping him on the shelf, trying to make a deal, sending him somewhere? I don't know.
Think he's got a no-see-him injury, so he can't pull a hamstring?
I think that could possibly be it. I mean, look, we don't know what the hell happened to him. Nobody seems to know, and nobody's telling us. And I guarantee you we could ask Stephen Jones today, and he's not going to tell us.
Maybe. Depends on how pissed he is at this point.
Well, maybe.
I mean, it's been a week. And again.
It's been 2 weeks, has it not? He didn't, well.
No, he got hurt last Thursday, right? So
But he should be out of concussion protocol by now.
I mean, it's concussion. I mean, you know, some guys are out a couple of weeks. Some guys are out 3 days. You know, do you have a headache today or not? I mean, if they go all, you know, Mike Leach and make him go stand in a dark closet, you know, we'll know.
Trayvon Diggs is not a Cowboy long term. He's not. If he lasts a year, they'll cut him after the season's over, and he'll be gone. So maybe they're trying to get something for him. I don't know. Maybe. Hey, who knows? Trayvon. He had one good year, and then that's about it.
No,
he's had one good year. He got paid, and then he hadn't been diddly squat since.
He's been hurt.
Well, so what? That's my point.
Again,
Jerry's point. You can't pay these guys because then they get hurt.
You can't blame a guy who shreds his knee on the football field.
Well, I can blame him.
Well.
And blame a guy that did he fall in the shower?
He's a bum.
This weird concussion at home, yeah, there's a lot of questions there, but his knee injuries, you can't blame a guy. Like, are you mad at Overshown for getting hurt?
Yeah, kind of am. We'll see. He's the savior of the defense, so we'll see what happens. Minix, I'm in a celebratory mood. Let's celebrate.
You?
Yes. Celebrate a huge Spurs win last night. We're talking about it. Yes, he was fantastic. We are celebrating. We'll hear from Wemby, and we'll talk about that Spurs big win and where they go from here when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Want to talk to you, though, about your golf game. You know, I could use a little practice. I've seen your swing. I've seen better swings on an abandoned playground. I'm talking to you, Minix.
Hmm?
Yeah.
What?
You need to get out to the Golf Club of Texas, that's for sure. Get out there while the weather is still fantastic. I mean, that's why we live in San Antonio, is it not? Because it is the end of October and the weather is still just awesome. It is golf weather. Get out to the Golf Club of Texas. If you can't go this weekend, that's fine. They're open 7 days a week. You can go any day that you can get out there. If that's a Monday, a Wednesday, a Friday, doesn't make any difference. The Golf Club of Texas will be there, and they'll be there waiting for you. And when you show up there, you're going to think it's a country club, but it's not. It's open to the public 7 days a week. They've made so many improvements to that golf course. It is incredible. So I always say, if you haven't been out there lately, you haven't been out there. You need to get out there and check this place out. The fairways, all new sod. The greens, the same thing. Golf cart paths, brand new, all over the golf course. And they've got these tee box markers that are they're pretty swanky. I'm going to tell you what, they look nice. That whole golf course is perfect. It's a great golf course to play. And go out there hungry, because the Tin Cup Bar and Grill will take care of you for that. They've got some great food out there, and the food won't break the bank. Then you need a cold beer. They got plenty of choices out there for you to select from, or any kind of cocktail that you want. They can take care of that. You just want to go out there and have dinner one night, do that, and then sit outside. They've got a great bar outside that you can enjoy all the fine libations that you can handle. The Golf Club of Texas, you know exactly where it is. It's right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Whether you're headed out for dinner at the Tin Cup or around with your buddies, maybe your next tournament, go check them out. Best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right. Only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
How about them Cowboys? We rise as one in Texas, sporting handed-down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam and lemonade on game day together, because people are good for you, especially for us in Cowboys country. Presented by Jim Beam, bringing fans together across Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024 James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
It's October, which means it's Oktoberfest time, and Carb Oktoberfest is one of the best out there. It's here for a good time, not for a long time. Get it now at all your stores and in select accounts around San Antonio. Carb Oktoberfest.
When your name's on the paint job, your primer better hold up. Painters trust Kills primers for serious adhesion, stain blocking, and a finish that lasts. Now, the full lineup is only at the one place pros rely on. Need it fast? Get same-day or next-day delivery, or order online and pick it up in-store. Kills primers, exclusively at the Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Using the Labor Day weekend to get some work done? We got you. Stop by any store to save on oil, fuel system cleaner, wipers, and more. Looking for an end-of-summer wash? We've got deals for that too. Don't want to leave the garage? Get same-day delivery on AutoZone.com. Do Labor Day your way by getting something done at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With a Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday night at 6:30, the Aggies take on the LSU Tigers. Presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It took me a long time after last night's game for my mouth to close. I was in such just a wow factor.
Wembenyama!
It was incredible. Victor Wembanyama, a man possessed last night. It was outstanding. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He's Jason. We appreciate all you stopping by, spending part of your Thursday here with us.
Question that I have for you guys, whether you want to comment on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel, call us at 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776, or tweet at Joe Reinagle 210, at Jason Minix. After watching Wemby go for 40 and 15 last night, no turnovers. And, again, he didn't hit a bunch of threes. He only took 2. Dominated that game. Made Anthony Davis, an all-world defender, look silly. Steph Castle with 22 points. No De'Aaron Fox. They blow out the Dallas Mavericks. Seeing game 1 of year 3 of Wemby, does it change your outlook after one game of what you thought the Spurs would do this season? How much of a problem do you think now the Spurs will be in the West? All those other teams that we talked about, man, it's going to be tough to get that 6 seed. With what you saw last night, one game sample size, has that changed your expectations for this year's Spurs team?
You asking me?
I'm asking you.
No,
well, I'm asking people that that will overreact to one game.
Well, look, it was one game, and I think Wemby was excited to get back. But I've said it many times leading up to this season starter. I think we're going to see the best version of Victor Wembanyama that we've seen since he's been in a Spurs uniform, and I think he proved that last night. Again, I want to see a bigger sample size, and I want to see how this all works out. But look, if this dude plays like he played last night, my goodness, I don't know who can stop him. One of the best defenders in the league couldn't do it last night, and he made him look silly. So, I want to see how he looks against some others. Zion Williamson tomorrow night. How will that be? Will that be an impediment to Wemby? Or will he put up the same type of numbers? You have to consider it anyway. But it is just one game, and I want to see moving forward. But I think as Spurs fans, you have to be encouraged with what you saw last night.
I mean, yesterday, about 70% of our poll was between 40 and 50 wins.
Yes, that's true.
I don't know how much that changes. If you were thinking 45, are you now thinking there's going to be 5 more wins? Because hell, I thought they were going to lose to Dallas last night. Because last night's national TV broadcast wasn't about Vic. Last night's broadcast was about Cooper Flagg. Mm-hmm. National TV, Dallas opening night. The Spurs were an afterthought, and they stole all the headlines. Wemby last night, 15 of 21, 40 points in 30 minutes. The Spurs led SportsCenter. They led Get Up. I mean, with what you saw from Wemby last night, nobody was expecting that. Now, granted, we all thought we would see something like that when he was coming over from France and just, man, we won the lottery and this is what we're going to get. In year 3, this guy looks completely different. So if you were thinking there's no way they could get 50 wins, if you were at 46, with what you saw last night, knowing they will get better when De'Aaron Fox gets back, should get better, does it change your opinion? I mean, are you thinking now play-in isn't enough? With what we saw last night, they should be a playoff team.
Well, look, I'm thinking with what we saw last night, if that continues, I think they've got a good shot at getting in the top 6. Again, though, the West is brutal. And teams are going to be looking at that film going, well, Wemby's doing this, and we need to try and stop him or slow him down or something. So they'll adjust too. I'm going to stick with where I was on my total. I've said about 44, 45 wins. And if it's more than that, I'll be pleasantly surprised and happy about it. I hope they get it top 6. But I still think that's a big hill to climb, although with the way Wemby played last night, if that's a consistent, then, yeah, you have to change your vote.
Stephen A. Smith is not one to ever overreact to anything. And he said after what he saw last night, conference finals at least.
Let me tell you why I changed my mind after one game. Because it wasn't that he dropped 40. I saw him snatch hearts.
Oh, he did.
I saw him snatch hearts. And I want to say, I'm not saying that disrespectfully to Anthony Davis or anybody else. The man's 7'5". You understand what I'm saying? I mean, he's 7'5" and scared. You do find yourself, when you're 6'11", 7 feet tall, you don't usually find yourself looking up at people. That you're looking up at this dude and you're going like this, what the hell am I supposed to do with a cat that dancing between his legs, behind the back, falling away 3-point shots? A handle, reverse dunks, and he did everything last night. I saw him literally snatch the heart out of Anthony Davis and the Dallas Mavericks. They looked demoralized. And when I saw that, the answer to this question is, I think Wemby can take them to the conference finals. I think he can take them to the conference finals. Let me tell you why. Because Vassell, Castle, and these cats. You see the hearts on these brothers? These some dogs, though. These some dogs. They ain't scared. They coming for it. And I'm looking at them and I'm saying, it's not about the 40 points. It's about the defensive prowess.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. And Stephon Castle is a hell of a defensive player.
Yep.
And he's going to be, I think, the Spurs' answer to whoever the best player they're playing against. Last night he was Cooper Flagg, and he shut him down. Do you overreact to that? I think Cooper Flagg, first game in the NBA, had to be some nerves, had to be some things, a lot of expectations. Wemby didn't play well in his first game in the NBA. No. So I'm just saying I think Cooper Flagg will get better. Having said that, Steph Castle did a great job on him defensively, and I think that's where the Spurs are going to be much improved, is on the defensive side. What have we said since Wemby's been here? That team has been a sieve. Defensively, they've been terrible.
Yep.
And if last night's any indication, they're going to be much better on that side of the ball.
And it's funny because he's been like one of the best defensive players, but nobody else was buying into the defense. Credit Mitch Johnson for that. Yeah, and you look at Steph Castle, 22 points last night, had 6 assists on 8 of 12 shooting. Did have 5 turnovers, though. And that will get better, right? And again, De'Aaron Fox is, waiting in the wings, 125-92. I don't know that any of us thought that we were going to see the Spurs win last night, let alone blow out the Dallas Mavericks. That was their party last night. The Spurs were just, all right, yeah. I mean, from the national TV level, all the pregame stuff that I saw, all of it was about the Dallas Mavericks and Cooper Flagg and Anthony Davis and when Kyrie's going to get better and, life after Luka. And, they still kicked somebody out last night for the fire Nico flag. I mean, they had, it was all, and the Spurs said, we're here to make a statement.
Of course, it was also, we needed to make a statement in our locker room, I felt like I needed to make a statement to my teammates. But, it's also just the beginning, because there's so much more I want to add to my game. but some things take time, and it's and maturity.
Yeah, I still want to know what he can improve on his game. I mean, can the dude turn invisible, or can he fly? Can he? I don't know.
I mean, he did miss 2 free throws.
Well, maybe that's it, and maybe that's what he's talking about. But
he's 15 to 21.
When you see that guy drive to the basket, and he looks like a 6'3" point guard doing it, and then he turns in the reverse dunk, and it's just like, holy cow!
The wow moments, and look, even Mitch Johnson talked last night. I mean, there is just a wow factor with this dude.
He does so many things that look unique because of the natural anatomy, even in our practice facility or when you see him every day. So you probably do get a little numb to it. And I think the competitive gene in you also is still seeing that there's time on the clock and you're worried about the next thing. But there's probably a combination of that to be fair.
But I just don't know what he can do. And I think consistency is how he improves. On what he did last night, I don't think we can expect 40 points a night, honestly. But I think consistent play, high 20s, 30s,
sure,
big rebounds. He's going to get big rebound numbers, obviously, and he's going to continue to play defense. But I just think that consistency, if he can hammer out of 82 games, 70 of these games together, the Spurs are going to be right there.
The idea that his competitiveness was on full display. Like, he didn't look happy when he had to go sit down, even though the game was a blowout. You could tell when he missed a shot. And then you see the competitiveness with Steph Castle. Devin Vassell, I thought, played a really good game last night in his role, in his new role. It didn't feel like he was fighting the role like it did a year ago. And I think the same could be said for Keldon. Steph Castle was incredible last night. And Mitch Johnson, after the game, talked about, the offseason work that he had Steph Castle doing.
Impacting winning, especially without the basketball. So that obviously shows itself on both sides of the floor. And I think with us getting more whole and adding pieces that we've added, everybody's going to play with the ball less, because that's what happens sometimes when you add good players that can play with the basketball. And I think it's going to be a great opportunity for his versatility in the ways that he can impact winning. He can be on the ball, he can be off the ball. Defensively, he's going to guard a ton of different profiles in terms of premier players on another team. And I think he has an opportunity to affect the game as much as anybody.
I agree. Again, Mitch Johnson has got to be fired up, and he certainly was last night. But, I mean, he's got to be fired up with just the options that he's got and the things he's going to be able to do. When De'Aaron Fox returns, and even Jeremy Sohan for that matter, when they return, the options he's going to have are just going to be incredible.
I think it does, short term at least, change expectations, because the way they went about it last night. Was it last year they beat Phoenix twice, like in early November, or was that his rookie year? But it was more about what Phoenix didn't do well, and the Spurs were able to get some wins. This year just feels different. I think part of that is because Wemby looked so different. Year 3 Wemby, game 1 was just so dominant. Although I am worried a little bit about Mitch. That's game 1, and he's already starting to sound like he's losing his voice. Now, Estrada on our YouTube page just talked about that timeout pep talk that he had, which was pretty phenomenal.
Possession by possession. Dismantle them in the half court. Play fast. Get back. Do it again. Be disciplined to like and embrace the boring, the mundane. Stops, rebounds, fundamental. Discipline, physical, rebound, transition, pace, fundamental, again and again.
You got to love the message. And, I mean, that's what he's saying, consistency, doing all of those things consistently and not forgetting about the little things. Basketball coach is a little high-strung anyway, right? And so
sure.
Mitch fits right in, and that's a great pep talk on the sidelines. I loved it.
Embrace the boring.
That's it.
And dismantle. I mean, it's there, right? Now, Mitch knew he was mic'd up. He got his I want some nasty moment in game 1. Afterwards, he was asked about the audio during that timeout being shown on television. It's cut 5 pledge. You've got it here on your sheet. Do we not
That's
have
the actual audio of the
I
timeout.
thought you were telling me he was talking about it. All right.
Well, I'm sure he was asked about it.
Yeah. And
I'm
if not, he will be.
He will be, of course. Now he will be for sure. Just an all-around great night, though, for the Spurs. The season could not have started any better than it did for the fellas in silver and black last night, because it was just they dismantled the Dallas Mavericks. That's exactly what they did.
And then they get a trip to New Orleans, take on the Pelicans tomorrow night.
I feel bad for them.
And they got to follow. Well, are you kidding? Feel bad for them. They go to Dragos. You had fun at Dragos.
They go to New Orleans.
You had fun at Dragos, didn't you?
Sure, I did.
Yeah.
You remember it?
Yeah, I remember that. It was really nice. Saw Jelly Roll there too.
That was a different place.
In the bathroom.
That was a different place.
Well, it was still New Orleans.
It was New Orleans. Yeah.
Dragos wasn't in New Orleans proper, though. It was outside New Orleans.
We went to, cause we went to the original location of Metairie, because there's no way to get into the one downtown during Super Bowl week.
Metairie was a nice place.
Isn't New Orleans one big toilet?
Yeah, pretty much. It is.
Hey,
yes.
David, you're on the Blitz. What are you thinking about the Spurs?
They looked fantastic last night. You guys there?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. We were at the friendly spot last night. That place was rocking. It was packed. Families, older people, 2 screens outdoors, and it was loud. And it was exciting as hell. And it reminded me of back in the day when we were running our championships and stuff like that. Now, that being said, in all this conversation, we're forgetting that there's a reason Dallas got the number 1 pick, and that was because we're the worst team in the league last year, and so were we almost. But they had their issues last year. We improved on that for 1 game now. We'll see how that happens going down the road. But I really think that this team is going to be really good the rest of the year, and I agree with Joe. I think that they'll at least a 6 seed, and hopefully more, just to prove everybody in the NBA wrong. And I think Coach Johnson is going to be great this year. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Appreciate it, David. Thank you for that. I'm still not sold that they're going to be a 6 seed. So but again,
he agrees with you. He heard you say that, even though you didn't.
That's why I said that, David. And I appreciate the shout out there, buddy. But I'm still not sure about the 6 seed. The West is tough, and we'll see. But I'm certainly encouraged with what I saw last night. And again, it was just such a fun game to watch.
At the very least, 1 game overreaction for sure. But the Spurs are now in that conversation nationally. I don't know that they were in that conversation leading up to the beginning of the regular season. But those national shows, when you start talking about who are the teams in the West, the Spurs have entered that conversation as a legitimate contender.
Well, and again, leading SportsCenter, leading all the morning shows on ESPN, that tells you a lot. And it's worthy of that with what Victor Wembanyama did. Again, let's pump the brakes just a little bit. No, let's not. Let's be excited about that. Tomorrow we'll pump the brakes.
No need to
we're celebrating today. That's for sure. By the way, it was Go Spurs Go chance in Dallas, and also MVP chance last night in Dallas for one Victor Wembanyama, and certainly screw that Defensive Player of the Year award. I don't want that crappy little thing. How about an MVP?
I want them all.
Well, I'm just saying, you can't. Can you win both?
Sure.
I guess you can. Has anybody ever won both?
Yeah.
Really? Well, I'm glad you guys are shaking your head, but I'm not hearing any names here. I'm just saying.
Hakeem?
Well, I don't know. We'll Google it and see.
Okay, we will.
I know you're allowed to. I don't know if you can.
Oh, I don't know if they will. You know how these goofy writers are in the NBA, man. You know, it's
writers.
That's what happens. I don't know. But we'll celebrate for sure. You know, something happened to me at the barbershop today. It was a pleasant surprise.
Okay.
I'm just telling you. So we'll talk about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
That could be about anything, Ryan Eagle. We do have an NFL game tonight. Of course, the NBA in full swing. No better place to get in on all the action than playing the Pick'em game at Underdog, where you can make your picks and win money right now in Texas. I know with Wemby last night, I've been telling you, take higher on blocks. That actually kept me from my entry from turning green last night. Points were certainly there. And tonight you've got basketball. You also have an NFL game tonight. And it's so much fun to play. You just pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower. Points, rebounds, steals, that sort of thing. Get your picks right. You could win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app today. Use promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. Promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
Is your everyday congestion preventing you from enjoying life's big moments? Try Vicks Sinex Saline today and get yourself back in the action. Vicks Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion with a gentle ultrafine mist. Sinex Saline's drug-free, no-mess formula instantly moisturizes and soothes dry, irritated nasal passages for quick and effective relief. Get back to enjoying life's big moments to the fullest without having to worry about everyday congestion holding you back. Just Sinex, breathe, use as directed.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The porkrinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero college football post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Spurs looked great last night. They dominated the Dallas Mavericks 125-92. Victor Wembanyama, wow, 40 points, 15 rebounds, 0 turnovers. Next up for the Spurs, they take a trip to New Orleans to battle the Pelicans. Cowboys news, linebacker DeMarvion Overshown completed his first practice yesterday in 317 days since injuring his knee on Thanksgiving.
Joe Reinagel.
And the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a Thursday in the greatest city in Texas, in the country for that matter, San Antonio. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix.
And apparently, we're going to talk to Stephen Jones a little bit sooner than we thought. So he just called and said, can he go early? And then he hung up on you. He's going to call back?
Right. You know I don't talk to him before talking to his assistant.
Yeah. That wasn't Stephen.
No.
So I guess we'll get a time, and we got it?
Yeah, he's
all right.
He's on the phone. I don't know if he's ready yet. We will see. But, lots to talk about with Stephen Jones because the Cowboys coming off a big win. A lot of trade rumors as well. And as soon as Pledge gives us the heads up, and there it is, we will talk with Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys on the Buyers Barricades guest line, joining us here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. What a week it's been, Stephen, after that big win. A lot of trade talks involving your Cowboys as well.
Yeah, we are certainly a big win for us. Anytime you win in the division, it's big. And certainly we needed that one. We were backs against the wall a little bit, but I thought we responded well. Obviously, we're playing at a real high level on the offensive side of the ball, and really thought we made some good steps in terms of improving the defense. Still got a lot of work to do, this team does, but certainly I think we're headed in the right direction.
Well, Stephen, Jason mentioned it, and you guys are coming up, and I think even Jerry said something that I don't know, maybe it wouldn't be an edge rusher, but something else might be in the works. What are you guys looking to improve that defense via the trade market before November 4th?
Yeah, I mean, it has to be the right situation, but the thing I would say is we're always looking to improve our football team, and it's not just this year; it's any year, and anytime we can. And as I've always said too, player acquisition, it comes in a lot of different forms, but 365 days a year, and we're always looking to improve our team.
Obviously, and sure, if the right deal is there, but is this one of the situations, you see what that defense did last week against Washington? We know this offense is just incredible. Is there more urgency to go find a deal than maybe in years past where you might wait to see if the phone rings?
No. Not at all. There's urgency every year. So I wouldn't say there's more, but there's always urgency. We hadn't been in a championship game in many, many years, and we're always urgent to improve our football team as we head, toward the second half of the season and, give ourselves a better chance to, one, get in the playoffs, and then, two, hopefully have success. So, there's no more urgency than any other year, which I would say is always urgent.
Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Stephen, just from your viewpoint last Sunday, what was the difference in that defense?
No, I just think it's guys, we've had 3 coordinators in 3 years. And, sometimes it just takes some time to figure out, being consistent on your execution. And that's what I think is coming into play here. I think, too, that Coach Eberflus is getting a feel for what our guys do best in terms of the combinations he's running in terms of man and zone and blitzes and those type of things and where the sweet spot is. So, it just when you change out your coordinator, it can take a minute to get things where you want it. But I do think the era's up. I think we're going to continue to get better. I think we do have really good personnel on this defense. It's just going out there and consistently executing week in and week out. We've had a good week of practice this week, and usually that translates to playing well. We had a great week of practice last week on the defensive side, and we certainly improved, and we're having another good week of practice this week. It's great to see guys like Overshown and Revel out there as well, not to mention BB. But, the other thing is we're getting healthier, and that's a good thing. And hopefully, after the bye, we'll have guys like Hooker and Overshown back.
Stephen, Jerry said earlier this week on his radio show up there in Dallas that Schottenheimer spent a lot of time last week in the defensive meetings, and that certainly had an impact. Will that become more of the norm, knowing the success he had against Washington, having Schottenheimer spending more time with the defense?
Yeah, I think it's just a week-to-week thing. Obviously, Coach Schottenheimer's calling the offense too, so he's got that to do as well. I think this was more of just to say, hey, here's the way, if I were going to come attack our defense, the Cowboys' defense, this is what I'd be looking at. And he wanted to sit down and, spend some, more time than normal going through with him, some ideas, that might be some things we might want to look at changing up with our personnel and, how an offensive guy would, how you'd look at it through the lens of an offensive guy. And I think that was very helpful.
Stephen, can you give us any update on Trayvon Diggs? I know Matt Eberflus said he's still in concussion protocol. Any chance he plays on Sunday? Well,
of course, he's had the ongoing knee issue. And then, in terms of dealing with the cyst and, his prior injuries to his knee. But and then he is still in concussion protocol. We'll just be taking that day to day.
Good stuff. Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys. I know your time's limited today. I appreciate you jumping on with us this afternoon here in San Antonio.
Hey, always good being on with you guys.
Appreciate it. Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
Still got a knee issue.
Yeah, a cyst on his knee, huh?
Yeah, I didn't know that. Did you?
And I know it was a knee. Didn't know that. It's still in concussion protocol.
It's going to be interesting to watch what happens with Trayvon Diggs because, again, Steven's not going to tip his hand on what they're doing, but obviously they do look for talent, and I believe that they probably are scouring and talking to teams when it comes to defensive help. And I just think Trayvon Diggs is not long for the Dallas Cowboys.
No, but helping this team, and it's the difference sometimes when you hear Jerry talking and you hear Steven talking. They might be saying the same things, but the way they say it might be the tip of the hand, if you will.
Yep.
Because Jerry, and how often does Steven say, we like our team, we like our guys, but we're always looking to get better?
Sure.
But I asked him, with what we saw is their urgency. He was so emphatic with the no, and they're always trying to get better, the tone, just all of it.
Yeah.
Haven't been in a championship game. I didn't bring that up. You did, right? So it feels like, and I know I'm trying to interpret what the guy meant with what he actually said, but yeah, we know we got a Super Bowl caliber offense. Can we get our defense just enough better to where we're not relying on that offense to score 38 a game?
Well, and I honestly hope, and it was a good defensive performance against Washington. I'm not going to take that away from them. But again, we all know the situation. There was no Deebo Samuel. There was no Terry McLaurin.
Yep.
And that makes a hell of a difference. And so I hope they don't get too in love with what happened against Washington, because they got a pretty good test this weekend against Denver. And Sean Payton's going to have some tricks up his sleeve because he likes beating the Dallas Cowboys.
He does. Before we go to break, I don't know if you guys have paid attention to the weather, but apparently it's going to get crappy tomorrow.
Really?
Yep. Northside ISD literally has just changed the start time for the football games tomorrow at Ferris and at Gus Stadium to 7 o'clock kickoffs instead of 7:30. So here on 94.1, our quarter moon game of the week, Harlan against Taft. will now kick off at 7 instead of 7:30.
You kick it off at 6 if you want to. Start the pregame show about 5. I don't know.
They moved it up 30 minutes. But you think about your plans tomorrow, and my guess is you're going to see a lot of stadiums do that because apparently the weather's supposed to come in kind of late.
I guess a cool front or something's coming in. When I look at my app here, and I'll just give you a little weather forecast. According to my app,
it is Bill Taylor's birthday.
It is Bill. Happy birthday, Bill Taylor.
Yeah.
Yes, I sent him a text earlier. Midnight is what this app is saying, that there's going to be some thunderstorms coming into the area that will last most of the night until about 6 a.m.
Which is perfect because I'm emceeing a race on Saturday morning where I've got to be there at 6:30 a.m. You know when you volunteer to do something?
Yeah.
Then you go, what the hell did I do that for?
I've done that many times. But good for you, Minix, getting up. Enjoy your day. You can live out your day in your best.
There's a great 5K that Kia Boss is hosting in King William on Saturday. My wife was signed up to run in it. So they were like, can you MC it? I'm like, sure. My wife, I'm sure I'll go. And then, I'm thinking, it starts at 7:30. And they're like, can you be there at 6:30? Can I? Can I? Can I?
Oh,
James Pleasure would like to point out. You reading that? You really want to point that out?
Well, I'm not sure what, but please.
James Pleasure remembers.
I wasn't sure what he meant by that but now it just snapped. Yeah. Pledge, you try to get me in trouble with the wife. That's all.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, you bring that back up. And
although, if Pledge heard that, if Maggie's driving home right now, she heard what you just said, too.
Well, yeah.
You're in trouble.
Well, I learned
you get yourself in trouble.
I learned my lesson, is what I did.
Pledge, I don't want to steal your thunder. Do you want to say what you wrote on the screen? Because I'm not getting Joe in trouble on this one. This is all you, James Pledger.
I heard him, say, woke up. So it was Bill's birthday. I sent him a text this morning. I was like, oh, so you remember to send Bill Taylor a happy birthday text, but not your wife. Poor Maggie.
It's one of those mistakes in life that you get over, and my wife is very forgiving, and so. But it wasn't like first thing this morning. It was like 11 o'clock.
For TV guys, 11 a.m. is first thing.
Well, for him, maybe it is. Yeah, I don't know.
But in reality, we had already celebrated your wife's birthday. So on the actual day, you've already done what you needed to do.
You see, now that's a wingman right there.
You had already
had a surprise party for her.
Big old surprise party. She loved it. So on her actual day,
I'm a hell of a guy.
Yeah, well, not really, because you forgot on her actual day.
You know what's so funny about that is the fact I was thinking
nothing funny
Maggie
about
had
it
to
from
go
your
out.
end.
Maggie had to go out of town, so she wasn't in town. And so I'm driving to the gym that morning, and she calls, and I'm like, "Hey, babe," she said, "Are you on your way to the gym?" And I said, "Yeah." "What's going on?" "Oh, nothing. I got to go." And I'm like,
because you didn't say happy birthday.
I'm like, uh-oh, what happened?
And then you popped on Facebook and saw it was her birthday, and you went, oh, crap.
No, dude, I remembered right away. As soon as I hung up, I'm thinking, well, what the hell did I do? And
is
then
this
I went,
new mad or still mad?
Then I went, uh-oh. Yeah, so that's all water under the bridge.
I'm glad your longtime work husband got a text today.
That's water under the bridge. That's all that is.
Not for Pledge.
Well, now,
yada blah blah blah.
Pledge is more upset about it than Maggie is. Crazy.
Well, Pledge is trying to, subliminally send messages to Maggie that she should be upset. So when you got home tonight and you try to figure out why you're in trouble, you have no idea why. You just have to think back to that missed birthday call.
Dude, Maggie, is thankful every day she's got a husband like me.
I know your wife pretty well. I don't know. You can't.
Thankful. I think she probably gets in the mirror and goes, "Thank you, thank you."
It's a fighter.
Yeah. Well, there's that. I'm just saying. There's other things involved, Pledge, in marriage. You wouldn't know that, but I'm just saying. And with all the practice I've gotten, I've learned a thing or two. Finally found the right one. That's what it is. Yes.
And like she said the other night at dinner, this wouldn't have worked if you'd have met first.
You see that?
Right?
Because I was a big knucklehead.
Timing was everything.
I was a big knucklehead, so yes.
And I can only imagine what she's had in her past that you've become like this.
The standard is low. The standard is low. Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll react to missed birthday parties and messages and what Stephen Jones had to say. We'll talk a little bit about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. You need your logo on a nice golf shirt, a fishing shirt, a dress shirt. Go see Sam. He's got all the big name brands. Eddie Bauer, Nike, North Face, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, just to name a few. He even has now a full line of Tommy Bahama gear. Unique caps made. Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom. And he's got all the popular cap brands like the Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie Caps, Nike, Cap America, to name a few, in stock waiting for your logo. Need T-shirts screen printed? Sam will get you taken care of. Nobody has better prices. Sam is the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. No order too big, no order too small. All items do come with a warranty. Call 210-824-3900 or get into that massive showroom down on San Pedro, about a mile inside Loop 410 right there across from McDonald's. Or go check out his website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday afternoon at 3:25. The Cowboys are in Denver taking on the Broncos at Empower Field at Mile High. Pre-game at 2:30. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim B.
You like that? How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
It's football season and nothing beats fresh coffee, crisp air, and that locker room energy. Hey, it's Rob reminding you that Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit is just a phone call away. From Selma to San Antonio, it's luxury pet care for your four-legged MVP. With over 17,000 square feet of pet paradise, more than an acre of play outside, plus training and spa treatments, this is stadium fun for your furry family members. Call 210-750-1298. Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit, where every pet's a champion.
NCE General Contractors, based in San Antonio, is one of the fastest growing nationwide general contractors with a focus on commercial new construction, design build projects, building renovations, tenant finish outs, site upgrades, and building maintenance. NCE President Brian Ehrlich's a former Madison quarterback and proud to support high school football in San Antonio, building relationships first, then buildings that last. Learn more about NCE General Contractors online at ncegc.co. That's ncegc.co.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
It's Truck Month at North Park Chevy in Castroville. Buy a new 2026 Silverado 1500 Custom at the low price of $33,999 plus 2.9% financing for 72 months. Save $10,000 off MSRP on the new 2025 Silverado Heavy Duty. Lease a new 2026 Colorado for only $299 a month. No dealer add-ons, and we deliver anywhere in Texas. Together, let's drive North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle. No Rob today? We'll be all right, man. We got plenty of football to talk, including our friend Coach Schottenheimer is going to join us, and the Spurs trying to make it 2-0. So much to discuss. World Series starts tonight. Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Dude, I had no clue the World Series started tonight.
Me neither.
Wow.
And
What am I
the
thinking?
Spurs play tonight.
Spurs play tonight, too? Wow, it's a back-to-back?
I mean, look, I
Holy
saw a
cow.
basketball player last night that was out of this world, and apparently A.J. Hoffman has no idea what world he is living in. You know, dude has worked here long enough to understand that the promo that runs today for tomorrow runs today. Now, that promo's perfect for those of you that listen between midnight and 6 a.m.
Exactly right.
I mean,
Yes.
if you are listening between midnight and 6 a.m., that promo makes sense.
Perfect.
Although you probably are still thinking at 1 a.m. that Friday is tomorrow because it's 1 a.m. How do those boys not know?
I don't know. Just to be clear, the World Series does not start tonight. It starts tomorrow night. And the Spurs don't play tonight. They play tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So we're here to set the record straight.
I mean, to be fair, y'all get it. Like, this runs from the end of the show until the start of the show.
Well, it's called a next day promo, not a today promo. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my goodness.
And where's Rob going to be tomorrow?
I don't know. I'm not in charge
Friday
of Rob.
off during
How
football
about that?
season.
Good for
so
him.
So Edwin's going to interview Schottenheimer, huh?
Probably. I'm thinking about taking Monday.
Wow.
Why would you take Monday?
Because I'm going to be tired.
Jeez.
Oh, what the hell? All right, Pledge. Why are you going to be tired?
Because I'm, like you, I am going to all-time low. Problem is, I'm going to Houston this weekend for a wedding as well. Driving in Sunday for all-time low. And Monday.
Well, that's for play, Pledge. That's personal stuff. You don't have to. You can't take a day off.
Well, one, it's a football season wedding, and those things should be allowed. Sorry, Joe, you
I
got
totally
one coming
agree.
up.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you know, it's part of the football season. Wedding should not be allowed.
I didn't make the wedding.
You don't have to go.
Well,
right?
he has to go to the wedding and have to go to all-time low.
Well, no, see,
that's his choice.
No, I got to go to that.
No, see, I missed a wedding last weekend. That my buddy Brian Carson from the Navy, his son got married. It's like, Dylan, why in the hell are you planning a wedding during football season? And I'm not going to Philadelphia. I mean, no, right? Not going.
Wow.
I chose not to go. You can choose not to go to Houston this weekend. Weather's going to suck. It's going to rain.
Yeah,
you still friends with this guy? After you didn't go to his son's wedding?
Sure.
Wow.
I mean,
wow.
I mean,
what a friend. I'm telling you, man. That's awful.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, my buddy Carlos from Kansas City, he went.
I got to go to Houston this weekend, too.
Yeah.
I'm going to be here Monday.
Yeah. Well, see, and Pledge.
Are you going to all-time low, too?
No, I was going to, but I knew I'd be tired on Monday, so I decided I'm not going.
You're such a liar. I mean, stop.
I got an extra ticket if you want to come.
I'm good.
See, Pledge doesn't even have a date. You don't have a date for all-time low?
I'm going with a couple friends.
A couple friends. But you still have an extra ticket.
I do.
So your friends, you're third wheel in this thing.
We'll see if Pledge ends up with a skid mark. Maybe that's not why he doesn't want to come Monday.
Well, see, he's hoping. See, because I'll be at that
on his
show.
face, by the way.
I mean, he might have skid
sure
marks
he may have
everywhere.
skid marks everywhere else, but,
I mean, you're only going to see one set of his skid marks, not all of them.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see those. But the other one we couldn't avoid. It was across his face.
Now, see, he might get injured there because I'll be at that show too. The GA tickets, I'll be standing a little bit closer to the back, and I'll see Pledge bouncing up near the stage trying to, I don't know, catch a drumstick or something.
Wow.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'll be at work.
Yeah, Minix will show up.
I'll be at work.
It's a Monday after a football weekend.
Absolutely.
How can you take that day off?
And Monday we're at the Roo Pub.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I could come join you.
No, you've got to work. We don't let you out of the glass box of fun.
You're going to be too tired to join us at the
listen
Roo
to
Pub.
him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can't come to work, but I can come drink beer.
Yeah.
And call in
Well,
sick.
take a nap during the day. Rest up for it.
Oh, we used to have a guy that worked here that would call in sick and then post that he was at a concert in Austin.
Well, I'm not calling in sick.
Well, I mean,
using a vacation day.
You got a lot of them.
Wow, we'll have to.
You're just not allowed to use them during football
season.
We'll
have to talk to the boss about this.
I'm not allowed to use them on Fridays during football season.
Or Mondays. Or any day that ends in Y.
But don't let your days go to waste.
But, use your days.
Yeah.
I love your management. Use your days. Yeah, I don't know if we can really do this day off
There are
here.
some days you just can't do that. But
like July 4th. No, you guys probably need to be here.
No, I'm not here on July 4th.
Well, July 3rd.
Not going to be here on the 4th.
Christmas Eve, no, you can't.
Well,
use all your days.
Sure.
We encourage you to. No, you can't have that one.
It's all good.
Yeah, Pledge, you can't take Monday off.
Yeah, sorry, Pledge.
Yeah.
We just vetoed that.
Yep, we did.
Well,
Edwin won't be here to cover. He'll be with us at the Roo Pub.
Yeah, because, Edwin, he will be. That's right.
I mean, I don't know if it'll be Nick.
Holy cow.
I mean, so yeah.
Wow.
How do you say that? We still haven't hired anybody, I mean, so we all got to fill in at times.
Well, what about Halen?
We do.
I don't know that Halen would be there.
Halen has vetoed that duty.
Yeah.
He has.
I mean, I think it's Edwin, so you're screwed. You got to work.
Well,
let's give something away.
Yeah, why not? I mean, these people listening to our personal problems here. Let's give something. What do you think?
You guys think there's no problems at work, man. We're like you. It's just different problems.
How about the Led Zeppelin 2 live January 24th at the Aztec Theater? We got a pair of tickets to give away to that. If you don't win your tickets today, you can always get them at livenation.com. It's very simple to do. You just need to pick up your phone and dial 210-656-3776, 656 ESPN.
Hang on real quick. Pledge, are you going to take Monday off or not?
I'm going to ask for it. I don't know if I'm going to get it.
You're going to ask for it?
Uh-oh.
All right, caller 24, those tickets are yours. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. It was either going to be 424, depending on Pledge's answer.
Wow.
So caller 24.
Knowing my luck, I'm going to get denied, and this is all for naught anyway.
All for naught. Well, it's good for you. It's good practice for you to answer the phone. No doubt. Hey, we got a poll up on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Are teams tanking the same as players shaving points? And, of course, we asked that question because that is an NBA gambling scandal in the NBA. We're talking about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When you need an electrician, Hill Electric is available for both residential and commercial needs. I know I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects at my home through the years. They've added extra outlets in the garage, put up a spotlight over one of the grills outside, dimmer lights in the living room. They've moved lights. They do fantastic work, have for well over 3 decades. The family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. Whatever your project is, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price. Never a service charge, always free estimate. So it costs you absolutely nothing to figure out what it will take to get a project done. Call Hill Electric, 210-404-9074. 404-9074 or hill-electric.com.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to sasportstar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at sasportstar.com.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
An accident can leave you struggling to pay for medical bills. At Thomas J. Henry, we believe you deserve justice no matter your financial situation. That's why you don't pay us unless we win your case. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So, what's that about?
So, let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails and extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over those beautiful icy balls. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out an adventurous drink menu that's second to none. And Twin Peaks hand-stretched flatbreads, oh, they're coming out hot. Close out your night with our favorite flatbreads. They're available during the late night hours, Sunday through Thursday for only $8. That's only from your favorite lodge, Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and oh, those scenic views.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at HEB.
Your fantasy roster is set. The Smack Talk is heating up, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday night at 6:30. The Aggies take on the LSU Tigers. Presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It was such a great night in the NBA last night. Spurs roll over Dallas. Victor Wembanyama was a monster in every way there is on a basketball court. And then we wake up to the news today that, we got a big gambling scandal in the NBA. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And the gambling scandal leads to the poll question that we have on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Are teams tanking the same as players shaving points? 55% say no, 45% say yes. 143 votes. Far closer than I thought it would be. Go to our YouTube channel page thing and vote. Because I don't know. To me, tanking, it's done out in front of everybody. There's no secret what teams are doing. And because the system says if you suck more, whoever sucks the best, whoever's, you're going to be rewarded with the number one overall pick. So the system encourages it, and teams do it right in front of you. Even though they don't say it, you could tell by the coaching decisions and what's on the floor in the fourth quarter, they're not trying to win. Point shaving is just dirty. It's seedy. It feels so backroom. Like, hey, man, I saw that they've got me at 15.5 tonight, man. Take lower on that because, I'm going to turn my ankle in the third quarter, so we're all going to cash in, bet heavy. That's BS.
Well, I'm going to cramp up at that point in time, and that's exactly what was happening, allegedly. Now, these guys still deserve their day in court, and we'll see what happens. But Terry Rozier arrested today, as was Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers. Just got an update on from NBC News. It says federal prosecutors push for a $10 million bond for Terry Rozier today. Rozier had to give up his passport. He had to put up his $6 million Florida home, and he can't gamble.
What?
Oh, my gosh. He can't gamble after the judge denied the prosecutor's request. So instead of a $10 million bond, I'm assuming, I'm not a bond guy, AA Best Bail Bonds could probably answer this question, but he had to put up his $6 million Florida home, so I'm assuming it's a $6 million bond. I don't know how that works.
Well, generally it's a percentage of the bond, at least how it is in Texas, 5-10%. Depends on what your bond is. Also, what is your flight risk, which is why they took the passport.
Yeah,
Generally speaking, if you're dealing with somebody that's stupid rich and, again, here's a guy that could go get a private jet and be in a non-extradition country within a couple of hours.
Absolutely.
So uber rich get treated a lot different than us going, does Southwest go to Aruba? I got points. Because he could, get a private jet and go. What I find interesting there, because it's the court that is telling him he can't gamble. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. According to NBC News, yes.
Because it almost feels like because there's two different parts to this crazy FBI probe. Rozier, point shaving, essentially. Chauncey Billups, Italian mafia, poker ring, weird glasses that could see through the cards and electronic stuff and shufflers and stuff. But according to our friend Bobby Marks, who was a GM and now works for ESPN, from the NBA Operations Manual, permitted gambling, governors, team investors, team and league employees, players, with the exception of referees, may engage in casino gambling and betting on non-NBA league sports in places where it is legal. For example, playing blackjack while at a casino in Las Vegas would not violate NBA rules. Betting on horse races where such betting is legal also is permitted. Covered persons must always remember that they are representatives of the NBA and must be mindful of their conduct and the effect it may have on others, their reputations, and the reputation of the league, which makes me wonder, in the Billups standpoint, were these illegal poker games? Were they happening? Were these, rich people poker games? And this is what I hate, because most of us at some point have gone over to some buddy's house and played poker in their garage or in their living room or whatever. And we're not playing for millions, but at your financial level, you're playing for what you might call big money, right? And Billups just has the ability to play with bigger money than most of us.
Well, the difference is he was stealing money from people. I mean, he was a part of stealing money from people. It has nothing to do with gambling. It has everything to do with him fleecing people that had money, and they would steal the money. And he knew about it, according to the allegation, that he was a part of it, and they sold it as, come play poker in this big money game. You're going to be able to play with Chauncey Billups and some other players or former players or whatever. That's how they sold it. And according to the allegation, he knew that that's what they were doing with their fancy technical stuff where they could see the cards and the shuffler and all that. So I don't think with Chauncey Billups it has anything to do with gambling. It has everything to do with stealing people's money.
But well, I think it's a combination of both. The FBI started, the way I read it, looked at it because they were illegal poker games. Then they realized to the levels of which they were cheating.
Yeah.
But it all started with illegal poker games, which is why, well, who cares what somebody's doing in their garage? But at the same time, now you're looking at the sophistication in which they were ripping these rich dudes off who just wanted to say, I got to go play poker with Chauncey Billups.
Right. And that's what it was. And according to the allegation, and it is an allegation at this point in time, Chauncey knew it. And they were in on it with the Italian mafia. And so
it really feels like something out of like The Sopranos or Ocean's 11 or
it really does.
You name it.
Now, in the Rozier situation, Jason, it's more that what you explained earlier. He was taking himself out of games, and so people could win money. And in that respect, I'm telling you, if I own FanDuel or DraftKings or any of the apps circa that allow gambling in states that do allow legalized gambling, I'm talking to the NBA going, I don't think we're going to advertise with you for a while until you get this thing straightened out.
I thought it was interesting this morning while I was watching them break this news on Get Up, that when Shams came on and they started talking about it, the advertisement that they had on the screen for ESPN Bet immediately went away.
Yeah.
That was by design.
Sure.
And again, leagues fought this forever, even though they knew they were gambling. Then they were like, all right, we'll take your money because, we like money. And people are doing it, so let's do it legally. That puts more pressure on these leagues to be on the up and up. They can't have this kind of scandal. Keep in mind, I just read the little excerpt that Bobby Marks tweeted out about the gambling policy in the NBA. Coach, player, you can go play blackjack.
Sure.
A referee cannot, because a referee is recognizable, and if that dude's in a casino, can't do it. We have a listener to this show, regular listener to this show, who is a referee, a football referee. He can't step into a casino, he has told us, during football season. And he's not a high-level referee, to my knowledge. I mean, he I'm glad he's doing it because they need more refs, but I don't think he's at the level doing, major college football or NFL games. So I do find that part interesting, but the technology that they have to catch these guys is extremely sophisticated. And you look at Rozier's made over $100 million.
$100 million.
Why would you be so stupid?
I don't know. It's you're getting away with it for 2 years, according to the allegation. This is a 2-year investigation.
You've been getting away with it longer than that. They've just been following you for 2 years.
Since 2023 was the first incident that I read that they had some suspicion about Terry Rozier. So, and I have to believe, and I don't know this, there's been no allegation, so I'm not going to blame anybody, but there has to be others. I mean, because if people know Terry Rozier and they know he's getting away with it and he's making money and doing all, I'm sure there's got to be. So the point is what do you do about it and how do you fix it? Because gambling's not going anywhere. There's too much money for these leagues. The NFL they're in bed with the gambling. The NBA, hockey, Major League, they're all are. And so it's not going anywhere. There's just too much money. The problem is these betting sites are going to have to, I think, put their foot down and say, look, you clean this up because this is a bad look for us. Not only is it a bad look for us, you're stealing money from us.
Yeah.
Your players are stealing money from us.
The idea on the integrity of the game, and that's what you're looking at.
Right.
I mean, ultimately, correct me if I'm wrong, you can't bet on wrestling, right?
No, because it's fake.
Because it's fake.
Yes.
Right? and everybody knows it's for entertainment purposes only. The integrity of the game is so important. Now, we have not yet heard from Adam Silver today. Kind of think he should. Joe Reinagle thinks he should. Joe's got a great video on the San Antonio Sports Star social channels. Go check it out, because sad day in the NBA, but a big problem for Adam Silver. Yesterday, now we have no idea if Adam Silver knew that this was going to happen today. But yesterday, on Pat McAfee, Adam Silver was talking about gambling and the integrity of the game.
With this regulated structure of legalized betting, we can monitor it in ways that were unimaginable years ago. That if there's any aberrational behavior, people betting large numbers who hadn't historically done so, just opening an account to place bets, or even the geo-targeting, we know exactly from where the bets are being placed. I mean, very specifically, if you're in an arena and place a bet, we know you're in the arena. In many cases, we know where in the arena you are when you place that bet. Analogize to a stock market where there's a legal framework, but there's lines that make activity illegal, like insider trading, for example. And so you have potentially the equivalent in sports, where somebody may have inside information. Somebody who's around the player knows that the player isn't feeling well or isn't going to play, even though that hasn't been announced yet. We have a framework, a structure in place to monitor, to prevent those kinds of things happening, so that the information is available to potential bettors, so that it's a level playing field in terms of placing those bets.
Apparently not, Mr. Silver, because that's exactly what Terry Rozier is being accused of. Insider trading, basically, what Adam Silver was just talking about right there. So whatever system is in place, is it new? Has it not been there very long? Because he's been doing this for a couple of years now, according to the FBI.
Now, I thought that I know the NBA has caught some players and they've banned some players, no big name guys yet. And we know some of that is there. And this will make them better, but I mean, they're certainly aware of trying to keep the integrity of the game, right? We know that. How Rozier was able to get away with it, and maybe the NBA knew that there was an investigation. Maybe they knew they were investigating him because they said, I mean, of course the NBA is going to cooperate. We're talking about the FBI, right? But did Adam Silver, when he was talking about that yesterday with Pat McAfee, know that at 6 a.m. this morning, FBI agents were knocking on the doors of Rozier and Chauncey Billups, a head coach in the NBA. Chauncey Billups coached a game last night.
He did.
He lost last night. Now, mind you, think about the terms he used in his post-game press conference in a game that he lost last night.
You know, I don't. That pressure thing is nothing to me, man. I do the best I can and let the chips fall where they may. You know that about me by now.
Let the chips fall
quick.
where they may. Wonder if he's using that line today and talking to his attorney. Yeah, we had a good time. Let the chips fall where they may. I fold.
Yeah, that's it. Well, it's weird. Obviously, he didn't know, because Terry Rozier didn't play last night, but he was on the bench.
Yep.
He's hurt, right? So he didn't play. But both of those guys were with their respective teams last night. The way it sounded with Adam Silver yesterday, I don't think he knew this was coming today. I mean, I can't imagine that he knew it was coming today, and because first of all, how calm he was and talking about how great the NBA security is for preventing this kind of stuff. I can't imagine he knew. So if you woke up in a bad mood this morning, can you imagine Adam Silver waking up going, "What the hell is going on?"
All of it is bizarre, and again, to a degree. Let's give Adam Silver a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, because we know the leagues, and every league has talked about this. We've seen college players busted. You heard Sark say today that he is not at all happy about the change in the rules of allowing college athletes to bet on sports. Sark is not a fan of it because, let's face it, the NBA can have all these things in place, and you think about, he was talking about geo-targeted, like your phone knows you. They're able to track everything. I know, like with my Underdog, I get on an airplane, and if I open up Underdog, it won't let me do anything. If I land in a state, like I go to Arizona a lot because my daughter lives in Phoenix. Can't play there. And the phone won't let you. But if I needed to, I could figure out a way. You know, our morality police up in Austin, that lieutenant governor we've got named Dan Patrick, that, you know, wants to, you know, I mean, there's ways I can use my phone and gamble here in Texas, even though it's not legal. If I chose that I wanted to do that, I could, not that I do. But I'm, you know, so no matter what the NBA has in place, can they prevent what happened with Rozier from happening? Because if Rozier isn't doing it on his phone, if he's calling somebody or using this feels like it's out of a movie, if he's got his burner phone out and he talks to Guido at the corner, who then tells the other guys. I mean, if he wanted to cheat the system, you're going to find a way to cheat the system until you get caught.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, Terry Rozier, he could call a guy like me and say, hey, this guy's out tonight. You might want to bet on and bet it enough and split it with me.
Well, and
I mean, it sounds like that's kind of what was happening, and just like the insider trading thing.
And let's face it, if you're normally a $5, $10, $25, $50 player, and now all of a sudden you've got a random $500 bet and it hits, of course that's going to raise some red flags.
Yep.
If you're normally betting 500 and 500, now all of a sudden you're betting 10,000. Yeah, that's going to raise some questions, because you can go back and you can look at your habits. So I think some of that was probably happening too. Or, if you're always playing the same dude, but it's random. It's like Pete Rose. I never bet on my team to lose. All right.
Right.
But on the days you didn't bet them to win, what does that tell you? I mean, there are signals that are out there.
Boy, I tell you, it's fascinating, and I want to see what's going to happen. I am disappointed that Adam Silver hasn't said anything. And I don't know if there used to be TNT night on Thursday night. Is there not a national broadcast tonight?
There are 2 games on the schedule tonight.
On ESPN.
They're on ESPN because TNT doesn't exist anymore. But my God, can we sidetrack? Last night was a lot of fun watching those guys. It was the same thing. They just replaced TNT with ESPN. I'm glad that ESPN didn't screw that up.
Yeah, but now they're going away for what? A couple of months till Christmas?
I don't know. But it was for what it was. I'm glad that ESPN didn't say, you know what? Let's add in McAfee. You know what? I think you need to bring in Stephen A. You know what? Let's get Greeny in. But I'm glad they left it the same. They just changed the logo on the front of the desk.
ESPN's got Oklahoma City at Indiana tonight and Denver at Golden State. That Denver at Golden State's a big game.
Yep.
Denver hasn't played yet. Golden State obviously is 1-0. If I'm Adam Silver, I'm calling ESPN and saying, you know what? I need 10 minutes on your pregame show tonight because I have a message.
And I can tell you, according to ESPN Bet, Golden State's favored by 1.5. The over/under is 233.5.
Wow, how about that? Maybe I'll get on my phone and make a bet.
OKC only a 7.5-point favorite at Indiana.
Do you have a little inside information that will help me out here, Minix?
Let me call Terry.
Yeah.
Wait.
He got him on speed dial. Terry, who's playing tonight?
Trust me, if I had that dude on speed dial, I don't know that we'd be sitting here, because I'd be rich. I'd be living on my island.
You'd be in jail with him, courtesy of the FBI knocking on your door at 6 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, but I've had 2 years of really good living.
It's just a crazy thing. It really is, and it's sad. And we sit here and make fun, but it really is, to me, it's very sad.
Are you going to bet the NBA tonight?
No, I'm not. I'm not. Because I won't right now.
Are you going to bet football tonight?
Tonight I will.
Okay.
Yes. Now there could be. I don't know that there's any scandals in football, and
not that we know of yet.
With my betting record, maybe there is, and that's why I'm losing. I'm going to blame it on that anyway.
But where it's free, like at sasportstar.com, where there's no money involved, somehow you're leading the Pro Football Pick'em Challenge, Joe Reinagel. But when there's a lot of money on the line, you can't pick 5 games. I don't understand.
I know. Is that crazy?
It makes no sense.
4-1, 2 weeks in a row.
Get your picks right in at sasportstar.com. Weekly winners get that gift card to the Mellow Mushroom at the end of the year. The local grand prize winner wins $1,000 worth of tickets from our friends at Awesome Tickets.
More stuff to give away in the next hour. So you don't want to go anywhere. You want to keep it right here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know me, you listen to this show enough, you know the Rue Pub is my go-to spot. No better place to go watch any big game, any big event than there at the Rue with those 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around, and they'll have the NFL on tonight. They'll have the NBA on tonight. Tomorrow night, they'll have the basketball, Spurs game, plus game 1 of the World Series. The weekend for football, it's going to be incredible. And when you get into the Rue Pub, go hungry. The food, incredible. I love the fried shrimp over there. They have the biggest and best wings in town, about 15 different burgers on the menu. The hot dogs, the chicken sandwiches, all of it, the appetizers. Pledge even tells me the salads there are wonderful, and that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. And you know, next Friday is Halloween, and no better place to celebrate Halloween than at the Rue Pub. Their Halloween parties are legendary. The 12th annual Halloween party next Friday at the Rue Pub and the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road, just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. We'll see you at the Rue.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
Greatness is here. All 830 of our famous footwear stores now carry Jordan brand. So it's easy to score Jordan brand footwear and accessories, from hats to backpacks to socks, for the full family at a store near you. Famous Footwear's in-store fit experts will help you find the perfect style and the perfect fit. Because every day is a chance to make it famous. Come in and shop Jordan brand footwear and accessories at your local Famous Footwear store today.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
On my bachelor party night, we went to the strip club. The nanny that we hired, she was there, stripping.
Oh, Lord, was she dancing on the pole?
Damn right. Isn't that crazy?
Ooh.
That was exciting. I was like, I'll be damned. I mean, did y'all plan this for me? I mean, golly, I mean, that's a lot of logistics to put together.
The John Clay Wolf Show, every Saturday morning. Check out the YouTube channel, complete with live video stream at jcwshow.com.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Progressive's Teen Driver discount could lower the cost of insurance for your teenager and save you some money. And then you can still spend money on them. Because just when you think you have a grasp on spending, new sneakers. And then it's money for a school field trip. And of course, spending money. Oh yeah, and a new phone to replace the one they dropped in the toilet. Oh, don't remind me. So just get Progressive's Teen Driver discount. And then you can continue to spend money on them endlessly. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states and subject to terms and conditions.
NCE General Contractors, based in San Antonio, is one of the fastest growing nationwide general contractors with a focus on commercial new construction, design build projects, building renovations, tenant finish outs, site upgrades, and building maintenance. NCE President Brian Ehrlich's a former Madison quarterback and proud to support high school football in San Antonio, building relationships first, then buildings that last. Learn more about NCE General Contractors online at ncegc.co. That's ncegc.co.
Calling all Cowboys Nation in San Antonio. Game day isn't complete without the right look, and the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop has everything you need. Whether you're headed to the game or watching from home, the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop has you covered. Find game day staples like jerseys and hats to fan favorites like hoodies and jackets at any of our 4 convenient locations: River Center, North Star Mall, Ingram Park Mall, and Huebner Oaks Shopping Center. We're open 7 days a week. Find the best selection of Cowboys gear only at the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
We've got NFL football tonight, Thursday night variety. The Los Angeles Chargers welcoming the Minnesota Vikings into SoFi Stadium. It's a game you can catch right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star beginning at 6:30 with the pregame show. Cowboys defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus said today at his presser that cornerback Trayvon Diggs, well, he remains in concussion protocol as of today. Still don't know if he's going to play on Sunday.
SportsCenter brought to you by Centergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowt.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a Thursday afternoon, a good Thursday afternoon after a big Spurs win last night, that's for sure. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And if you get off work at 5 o'clock, guess what? You're into Friday already, man. Your Thursday's over and the weekend is right there. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix.
I tell you, last night, so many people yesterday on the show were bitching about the late start. And I hope you stayed up till the end because you couldn't have turned that Spurs game off. And quite frankly, the adrenaline, at least for me, you couldn't go right to bed either. I mean,
that was hard to do that, yeah.
Last night's game was so much fun because year 3 Wemby looks so completely different.
Like a stud.
Dude just dominated last night. 40 points, 15 rebounds, only 3 blocks. 0 turnovers.
You're still bitter about that, aren't you?
I mean, yeah.
Only 3 blocks. What'd you need, 5?
5.5. 5.5 blocks and assists.
Wow.
And at one point, they took away one of his assists.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Well, so they were combined 5.5?
Yeah.
Dude, that was a gimme. Apparently not.
Apparently not. Apparently, he was taking all the shots and making them.
Wow.
Playing self. No, I mean, look. The idea of what we saw last night far exceeded everybody's expectation going into last night's game. Dallas was favored to win. They weren't a big favorite, but they were favored to win. Spurs were on national TV last night, not because of Vic, but because of Cooper Flagg. That was Dallas's party, and the Spurs spoiled it. But more importantly, as we talked a lot yesterday on what are realistic expectations for this team, and our poll yesterday on our YouTube page ended up being about 71% between 40 and 50 wins.
Yes,
now,
yes.
A big majority of those between 45 and 50, but 40 to 50. Last year, 49 wins is what was needed to get the 6th seed.
Yes.
With what you saw last night, game 1, one game, one game sample size, still no De'Aaron Fox. Do you think this team will ultimately be better than what you were thinking prior to the start of the game?
Oh, come on. We just don't know. I mean, it's one game. It's one game. Look, I think this team is going to be much improved. They're going to win a lot of ball games. Do they win 49 or 50 games? I'm not ready to go there just yet. I still think play-in is extremely achievable. But the West is a beast. But I do believe if Wemby is consistent in his play, the way he was last night, I don't see anybody that can slow him down. I think it's just a matter of him slowing himself down with a bad night or with something happening in that respect. But dude, the way he played last night, I don't think I've ever witnessed anybody play as smooth and as just, the way he played. I mean,
the dude's calling the game couldn't believe what they were seeing.
Unbelievable.
You know, the fact that the Spurs, that Wemby, led SportsCenter, led Get Up, led First. It's the talk because what you saw last night, we have not seen from Wemby yet, but it's what we all thought Wemby was going to be when he was coming to the NBA. The alien, out of this world, and he was out of this world last night. Can that be consistent? There's no reason to think that he can't be. That wasn't a guy that just all of a sudden, got hot and knocked down 9 3-pointers. Because you know what? That was, I think, the most impressive part, the difference in his game. He only took 2 3-pointers last night. He was 15 of 21. He was dunking from areas of the court that I didn't know you were allowed to dunk from. I mean, that guy was incredible. But when he does have an off night, Steph Castle was incredible last night. He looks, again, one game, but the Rookie of the Year last year looks to show drastic improvement. Dylan Harper was impressive last night, and De'Aaron Fox is on the way.
He is on the way, and that's going to be great. And with that start, and just imagine if they beat the Pelicans tomorrow night, then you may have to adjust your Jeremy Sohan and De'Aaron Fox timetable.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe give them a little bit more time to come back and make sure they're completely healthy. I just think last night everybody was fired up. It was a game the Spurs went into. They did, and Wemby said it afterwards. They just wanted to make a statement, and they certainly did.
Yeah, I think we all knew he was going to be assertive. He's been out 8 months.
Of course, it was also we needed to make a statement in our locker room. I felt like I needed to make a statement to my teammates. But yeah, it's also just the beginning, because there's so much more I want to add to my game, but some things take time, and it's and maturity.
I still want to ask him what he can add to that game last night. I mean, what else can you if he can add something else to what he did last night, the guy's going to be unstoppable.
Some assists.
Holy cow!
I mean, and again, that wasn't like, all right, Julian Champagny did that, and we'll never see that again, right? We expect games like that from Wemby. Now, will he get 40 points in 30 minutes every night? No. But can you expect 25 and 15, double-doubles every night? I think you can.
Yeah, I think so.
And if, while we're all wowed by what they did offensively, and again, the beautiful game, 24 assists on 50 buckets, 50 field goals, that's incredible. But their defense, I would imagine Mitch in the film room today, while the wow plays are certainly there, was talking about how impressed he was with the defense. I mean, Dallas shot 37%, and it wasn't because Dallas was having just a bad shooting night. The Spurs forced a bad shooting night. The 16 turnovers by the Mavericks, the amount of blocks that the Spurs as a team had in steals, 10 steals. I mean, the defense might have been the more impressive part of last night's game, but we're all talking about 40 points from Victor.
Well, as we should. I mean, the guy was a monster, and it was one of those impressive things that you just have to you go, wow. I mean, my mouth was open, I think,
dude,
the whole game. It was just like, this guy really did that. But you are right, Jason, when you talk about defense, and that's a big part, I think, of what Mitch Johnson is trying to bring back, that defensive play, because for a while now, this team didn't know how to spell defense. I mean, let's face it, they really haven't played good defense over the last several years. And I think that's a priority from Mitch Johnson to bring that back and to make this a defensive team. I think you've got a guy in Steph Castle who is amazing offensively, but I think he can be a stopper, and I think you're going to see him on a lot of the team's best players moving forward. And I think that's the plan this year. Very similar to what Bruce Bowen was asked to do in his time here. The difference is, obviously, Steph Castle's a lot more athletic than Bruce, but the defense, I think, is going to be very similar.
I just think, I think all of us, wherever you were watching the game, if you're at a bar, whoever you were around, holy cow. If you were at home by yourself, mouth agape, just the wows. It's some of the things in our group chat last night. Good God, that dunk was vicious. Are you effing kidding me? He's 101. This is terrifying. 82-0. I mean, we saw all of that pledge, by the way, Road 82-0.
I'm sure he did, yeah.
But I mean, it was, I mean, last night's basketball game, and granted, it's one game. You're at home, but because you were watching something that was so clearly special, you had to share that with somebody. You could not sit and watch that game and go, all right, that was fun. Turn the TV off and go to bed.
No.
I mean, group texts, Twitter was crazy, social media, because it was one of those communal events that you knew you were watching something that was incredibly special.
It was.
And I hope that it becomes incredibly normal around San Antonio.
I hope it does too.
It was incredible.
Yeah, I hope it does too, and I really do. And I'm ready for the playoffs. I want to play basketball in May, in San Antonio again. Looking forward to that. Texans.
The complete opposite.
Boy, talk about a team offensively
they make
that just
you cuss
sucks.
in other ways.
Goodness gracious. The general, John McClain, joins us next. Hopefully he's got an explanation. We'll ask him when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, I got to tell you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. I love Stevens Roofing. Family-owned company, local company, and they're just the best in the business. And you talk about longevity and consistency. They've been in business in San Antonio since 1983. 1983, think about that. And they're still thriving in the roofing business. And you know what that means. That means that they're doing it right. They've got a long list of satisfied customers. Well, they've also added solar to their repertoire. If you've been thinking about doing solar panels on your house, guess what? Stevens Roofing and Solar can handle that for you. Here's what I want you to do, though. It looks like some rain's coming in tomorrow. If you think you got trouble with your roof, it may be too late to do that before this event happens, but you want to get your roof checked out. And look, Stevens Roofing and Solar will do it for free. All you have to do is give them a call at 210-785-0994. They'll send a crew out. They'll inspect your roof. They'll let you know if there's something wrong. They'll let you know if everything's okay. Either way, it's going to give you the peace of mind, and you know what direction to go in. Look, stop putting that stuff off. It's too important to put off any longer. Call Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994, or you can visit them online at stevensroofing.net.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The porkrinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero College Football Post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
At Frost, we go above and beyond with our services, like getting to know our customers by name, offering 24/7 real human phone support, and always keeping a supply of treats for our four-legged friends. You know, the little things, like when a customer was out of town before a hurricane and their Frost banker drove all the way to Corpus Christi to tie their boat down. We couldn't make that up if we tried. Frost, exactly what you unexpected.
Boo! I'm your old cheap water softener. Trick or treat, I got news for you. I'm not working again. Some days I just don't feel like it.
Just imagine what the inside of your home's pipes look like with all that hard water. Now that's scary.
Oh yeah, my bad.
I'm Jason at Connecticut Quality Water Softeners of San Antonio and the Hill Country. Don't let your old sporadic water softener ruin your house. Get a Connecticut. A Connecticut system can actually lengthen the life of your appliances, protect your pipes from buildup, and gives you soft skin and silky smooth hair.
Oh, don't listen to him. Stick with me, your old junky water softener. I'm lazy, but cute.
There's a reason Dave Ramsey says a Connecticut is the last water softener you ever own. Call us at 210-656-PURE, and right now we'll give you a free reverse osmosis drinking station right at your kitchen sink.
Ooh, I'm tired. I need to take another break.
ConnecticutSA.com. You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
Coach, how are you?
Man, I'm doing great. Hey, if you guys don't mind, I'd like to go back to talking to Edwin here for another 10 or 15
I
minutes.
knew that's what was happening. He's the hard-hitting one.
Yeah,
You don't know. You don't want him. He's about to unload.
No, hey, listen, I did feel uncomfortable. I was like, AJ and Rob ready yet? And he was like, I just got a few more questions for you.
One more salary cap question I got for you, Coach.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
I don't know, Jason. Those Houston Texans, man. They didn't look so good the other night offensively. I don't know what the plan is or the fix is or anything, but we need to find an expert that maybe knows what can fix this thing.
He tweeted out, John McClain did, and I tell you, people, follow John on Twitter during a game.
He's a great follow.
He tweeted the other day, the McNair family should order Nick Caserio to not acquire a player, coach, scout, executive, anyone with ties to the Patriots or John Carroll University. No more, not ever, never, in all caps. Let's see if he's calmed down any. John McClain joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. How pissed were you when you stayed up late to watch that?
I'm going to get addicted to Xanax trying to cover the Texans because I thought the other night I picked them to lose by 7, but I thought it would be a good loss. I didn't know they would come out from their bye week and look so utterly pathetic, like they had not been coached, not been prepared, and they were just awful. Now the defense recovered. And the defense scored as many touchdowns as the offense. And it goes back to the line. I admit I bought into the back-to-back impressive performances against Tennessee and Baltimore, but boy, were we fooled. I see nothing from the Texans offense that makes me think they can beat anybody good like the 49ers or the Broncos, their next two opponents at NRG Stadium. I think they can beat the Jaguars, who I don't think are very good. And I'm pretty sure they can beat the Titans again. But I picked them to go 11-6, and now I'm more inclined to say 6-11 because this offense is awful.
John, I guess what I don't understand, and I gave the Texans all the props in the world for just throwing their offensive line out and starting over. But how can an offensive line be as poor as that one in Houston? I really don't understand how those guys, brand new guys, are just as bad as the old guys.
Well, let's be honest here. They have a first-time play caller for the second time. They have an offensive line coach who was the assistant line coach last year, who's never been a full-time, well, he's never been the number one offensive line coach. They bring in a left tackle in the second round. They move a left guard to right tackle, Titus Howard, even though he's a better guard. They sign a left guard, Laken Tomlinson, who starts every game but was rated very low and is 33 years old. They get a center from the Patriots, Jake Andrews, who's never stayed, who just gets humiliated. And then their right guard, Ed Ingram, they traded from Minnesota for a sixth-round pick who's played pretty well. So it has to do with the talent. They use their second and third-round picks on wide receivers, which they needed, but now I think they should have used it on linemen. But I got to tell you, I have no confidence that Nick Caserio can draft offensive linemen. Kenyon Green, first rounder, biggest bust in Texans history. The second rounders, Juice Scruggs doesn't start. For some reason, they think he should be rotating with Laken Tomlinson. The second round pick, right tackle Blake Fisher. He plays when they need an extra lineman. Now Ursery has shown some talent, but Ariante Ursery, my God, when he goes up against a good pass rusher and they don't give him help, he looks terrible. So it's the talent. It might be the coaching, could be the play calling. And I'll say this, Nick Caley was the only person on the planet who thought at the 1 yard line they could run two times up the middle behind a bad offensive line against a great run-stuffing defensive line. He was the only person who thought they could make it. And then, of course, they didn't run a sneak one time, and it was just awful. And they lose by one touchdown. Mm-hmm. So they have, as bad as they've been, their 4 defeats have all been by one score, which is the most frustrating of all. If they're going to lose a game, go ahead and get beat by 15 or 20. Don't come within one touchdown when you make a bunch of brain-dead decisions on both sides of the ball. And I do feel bad for the defense. Those guys play their ass off from start to finish, and they've got to be so frustrated watching the offensive line. The running game failed because you're stuffed at the line of scrimmage. C.J. Stroud losing his confidence, making rookie. Well, he played really well as a rookie, so I can't say rookie mistakes, but making more and more mistakes, taking an 18-yard sack. I can't wait to see what happens after the year because they didn't bring back the status quo this year, and I don't know if they'll do it next year.
You know, and you talk about C.J. Stroud, who at one point looked like he was going to be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, and now Nick Caserio's got to make a decision, right? I mean, the dude's up for a contract at the end of this year. You look around the league at some of the quarterbacks that are making, high 40s, low 50s, like a Tua, like a Trevor, and you wonder, is CJ going to fall into that group?
They don't have to redo it. They can do like Lamar Jackson, go ahead and play it out, and then we'll get it worked out. And it was ugly with Lamar, but he got paid. He's about to get paid again. And so I don't know how you could give Stroud $60 million or $55 million a year based on what we've seen. They would have to decide, are the problems the line, or are the problems Stroud is experiencing fixable if he has better line, better play caller?
Well, man, that's $1 million question, that's for sure. You talk about it, and the offensive coordinators, John. First, how safe is D'Amico Ryans as head coach? Is he safe?
Yeah, D'Amico's not going. Yeah, he's safe. He's won 10 games in the division 2 years in a row in a playoff game. Yeah, he's not going to get fired after one bad year. He is in the same position as Gary Kubiak. When Gary came here from Denver in 2006, his first 2 defensive coordinators were first-time play callers, and they struggled. And then Bob McNair said, have you thought about getting a proven play caller? And like Wade Phillips, who got fired by the Cowboys. So Gary hired Wade, and all of a sudden they go from 30th to number 2 in defense, and then they win their division for the first time and win their first playoff game, and everything was great. But I think the next play caller will definitely be somebody who is experienced and has an impressive resume. They talked to Gary Kubiak, Cliff Kingsbury, and Clint Kubiak, but they wanted those guys to come in and oversee Bobby Slowick, who would call the plays. Well, none of them wanted to do it. Gary didn't want to work. Clint went to New Orleans and now is in Seattle. And, of course, Kingsbury goes to Washington, and they were the biggest surprise in the league. So I don't know how they're going to do it, and I hope they make some miraculous turnaround, but I don't think they can do it with the talent they have.
You know, John, as we say that, the NFL is so week to week at times. With what I've seen from Houston, I'm looking at the lines right now. Circa Las Vegas has the Texans as a 1.5-point favorite Sunday against San Francisco.
Well, what do they know that we don't know? I told my wife if we were bettors, I'd bet $10,000, $50,000 on the 49ers to win this game. And I just don't understand how the people in Vegas, and they're the smart people, that could have watched the Texans against the Seahawks and see anything offensively that makes them think they could win that game.
Well, even though San Francisco's banged up as all get out, they're still finding ways to win, which is pretty amazing. And maybe that's why it's that. I don't know, John, but it baffles me because can I go back to the play calls with the 2 handoffs? Because I wanted to throw something at the TV when I saw that. And not to mention that they don't even use Nick Chubb in that situation. You would think you'd want your bigger back in that situation, but I just did not understand that. And that's when I was watching that game the other night, I was just like, they're not going to win this game. There's no way that offense can score enough points with play calls like that.
I thought they should have tried it. They were first and goal at the 3. They get to the 1-foot line and second down. I thought they should have tried a sneak. If that didn't work, I would have put the ball in Stroud's hand, play fake, roll right, keep it or throw it, and have somebody inside the goal line and somebody in the back of the end zone. And they didn't do that either. They took the ball out of his hands, and it was just – Nick Cayley talks to the media. Actually talks today. I just got back to Houston from spending the day talking to classes at Sam Houston State. And I was interested to see I will be interested to see what Cayley says about what they did, why he made those calls. And there's going to be none of them say anything honest, but they know they're bad. And I really like Cayley. I thought he was going to be the guy. He sounds great. He worked for Josh McDaniels in New England. He worked for Sean McVay in the Rams. And I thought he was going to come in here. But, if you've been given not chicken salad, been given the opposite up front, I don't know that anybody could do anything.
No, and they got one of those bleep sandwiches, and that's offensively what they look like. Now, another team that you follow closely, and I know you do a lot in Nashville with the Titans. Eddie George said that Titans owner Amy Adams Strunk has set the franchise back, quote, at least a decade, maybe more.
That's so unusual for Eddie George, who's the head coach at Bowling Green, to say anything controversial. The problem is she has listened to her general managers. She hires Rand Carthon as the general manager after she fired John Robinson in December of 2022. And in fairness, Robinson had 3 consecutive terrible first-round picks, and he traded A.J. Brown. So they go with Rand Carthon. He spends a season with Mike Vrabel, backstabs Vrabel. He's out. And then she hires a guy, Chad Brinker. He backstabs Carthon. He's out. Brinker's in charge. Fact of the matter is, she needs to let her football people handle the football and stay out of it. And but there's a lot of people in Tennessee that feel that exactly the same way.
Well, I don't know, John. I mean, a lot of people say that about Jerry Jones, too, and look how successful he's been.
Well, yeah, but that's because his quarterback's healthy, and his quarterback's playing great. In the last 5 years,
sarcasm.
the quarterback's been healthy. The last 5 years, Prescott's been healthy. They've been in the playoffs.
Well, for one game.
I mean, so
I was being sarcastic, John, if you couldn't tell.
He couldn't.
I couldn't. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's all right. You answered that perfectly.
The great John McClain. Follow him on Twitter at McClain_on_NFL. John, always appreciate it, my friend. We'll talk to you next Thursday.
Guys, thank you very much, as always.
John McClain on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. You know, the one thing, though, quarterback salaries, I saw this on a tweet.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence at 55.
Ugh.
Tua at 53.
Ugh.
Kyler Murray at 46.
Ugh.
Deshaun Watson at 46. Kirk Cousins at 45. Geno Smith at 37.
Wow.
Yet Sam Darnold at 33. Baker Mayfield at 33. Daniel Jones at 14. Aaron Rodgers at 13. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is
and
nuts.
C.J. Stroud might get 60.
Well, he's not. I don't see how they can do it. I kind of agree with John. The way this season's going, unless something happens to turn this completely around, I see them letting him play. I mean, the Cowboys did that with Dak Prescott. They franchise tagged him twice before he got his deal. And so I think the way he's playing now, how in the world could you justify to the Houston fan base that you're going to pay C.J. Stroud $55-60 million a year?
Same way that Kyler is getting paid or Tua's got paid. Or I mean,
guess.
If you think you have the guy and it's time, if you wait a year and he has a hell of a year, it's only going to cost you more.
Sure.
If you think the problems are not C.J. Stroud, then you have to do it. And again, I think all of us, although can we start to question, is C.J. really the guy? His rookie year was incredible, but it's been backwards since. And you look at some of these other guys, I mean, a Daniel Jones and a Sam Darnold, even a Baker Mayfield, some guys it might just take a while or be in the right situation.
That's it.
And maybe C.J. had the right situation, but they changed coordinators, and now it's not.
Well, and it sounds like they're going to do that again.
Yeah, well, I mean, they got to. I mean, how do you bring that dude Caley back?
Well, I don't know, but I mean, again, that's only going to set him back more unless they bring in a proven guy somehow, some way that can make a difference. You talk about this game this week. Their injury report just came out. I don't know who CJ's going to throw to. I mean, Nico Collins did not practice again today. He's got in concussion protocol. Christian Kirk didn't practice today. He's got a hamstring injury. Your tight end, what's his name, Dalton Schultz, is limited. I mean, I don't know who he's going to throw to.
Is he limited by injury or just because he's on Earth?
Well, he's
according to Joe Reinagle.
He's limited in a lot of ways. But if you don't have Collins and Kirk, I mean, I don't know what CJ's supposed to do. And San Francisco watched that game just like everybody else the other night. They know they can get to the quarterback.
That's it. I mean, it doesn't matter who he's going to throw to. He doesn't have time.
Yeah.
But he'll take an 18-yard sack instead of throw it away. He'll throw it backwards if he has to.
He will do that.
I mean, it's there. Now, we talked to Stephen Jones earlier on the show, and obviously we talked trades. I know there has been a lot of talk this week about Max Crosby, but that quickly got the ice water bath. But could I interest you in linebacker Logan Wilson from Cincinnati?
That's a crazy story. Yeah, we'll talk about that. We have to when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, you know the best way to do that. Call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747. Or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail. You don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down! It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right. Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, it's football season and your furry MVP deserves a win. Hey, it's Rob, and reminding you Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit in Selma is a luxury pet care resort with over 17,000 square feet of fun, plus training, spa days, and acres to play. Book today at 210-750-1298.
Joel, don't you just love Halloween?
It's okay, but I do like your troll costume.
I'm not wearing a costume.
Folks, if your home's AC starts making those witching sounds or the pipes in your wall start moaning and clanging like ghosts having a party, call Quarter Moon at 651-5899 and we'll send our team of highly trained
Ghostbusters!
I was gonna say technicians.
I ain't afraid of no clogs.
Quarter Moon Plumbing and AC, 651-5899. License number TACLA 141074EM16004.
It's October, which means it's Oktoberfest time, and Carboktoberfest is one of the best out there. It's here for a good time, not for a long time. Get it now at all your stores and in select accounts around San Antonio. Carboktoberfest.
The NBA season tips off, and so does DraftKings' newest fantasy game. DraftKings Pick 6 is the easiest way to play for big wins, with every possession giving you a shot at real money. Here's how to play. Just pick more or less on 2 or more stats and unlock the upside every game brings. The better your picks, the bigger your payout. Pick 6 is available in your state. Plus, new DraftKings customers can get $50 in bonus picks with just a $5 entry on your first pick set. Don't just watch basketball. Cash in. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code KTFM. That's code KTFM. Play just $5. Get $50 in Pick 6 bonus picks. Make the call. Ride the upside in partnership with DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 bonus picks that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Blue Star Tequila, the world's first and only 100% night harvested agave. And you might be saying, well, why do I care when it's harvested? It allows the agave to be harvested while it's resting and out of the brutal heat. Benefits to workers who would normally work into the heat of the day. It's just better for the flavoring. And speaking of flavoring, it's 100% additive free. No flavoring, sweetening, or coloring added, and it's unfiltered. Live your life unfiltered and do it with Blue Star Tequila. Find Blue Star Tequila at Alamo City Liquors, Costco, Specs, and Total Wine.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arosty. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
Coach Saban here, and let me tell you, every second matters. Preparation is everything, and that's why I trust Kidde Smoke Alarms.
And as North America's #1 home fire safety brand, they're built to respond over 25% faster to smoke detection. Kidde helps protect what matters the most. Find it at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. #1 claim based on total household installations as of December 2023. 29% faster average smoke detection based on internal testing of smoldering wood fires for Kidde 9th edition versus leading competitor 8th edition products.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Using the Labor Day weekend to get some work done? We got you. Stop by any store to save on oil, fuel system cleaner, wipers, and more. Looking for an end of summer wash? We've got deals for that too. Don't want to leave the garage? Get same-day delivery on AutoZone.com. Do Labor Day your way by getting something done at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday night at 6:30, the Aggies take on the LSU Tigers. Presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know what that music is. But we still got a lot of work to do before we can get out of here, Jason Minix. I'm Joe Reinagle. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The first order of business is to make somebody smile. That's exactly right.
We do that every day.
Well, I agree, but an extra smile because we got a pair of tickets to go see the Prince Experience live January 25th at the Aztec Theater. If you don't win your tickets tonight, you can certainly go to livenation.com and purchase them there. So good luck, everybody. Caller number what, Minix?
Well.
You mean nicer to pledge?
Wembenyama!
Ooh, could it be?
Oh, Pledge just gave me the look.
Yeah, that was like a puppy
Pledge
dog
just
look,
gave me
man.
the look. Please don't go 40. Please don't. But he
Well, I'm thinking you hit Wembenyama. That could have been his number.
Oh, you want to go number one?
I'm just saying.
For Prince?
Could be. Well, I don't know. We've already got people calling. Got to hang up on him, Pledge.
No, don't hang up on him.
All right.
No, we're not going number one. He made 9 free throws last night. Caller 9.
210-656-3776, 656-ESPN. Good luck for those Prince Experience tickets, January 25th at the Aztec Theater.
You know, earlier in the show, we visited with Stephen Jones, and you can hear the whole interview at sasportstar.com, the audio vault powered by AA Best Bail Bonds. And we talked about, you know, after that win, is there urgency to help the defense?
No, not at all. There's an urgency every year.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say there's more, but there's always urgency. We hadn't been in a championship game in many, many years, and we're always urgent to improve our football team as we head, toward the second half of the season and, give ourselves a better chance to, one, get in the playoffs, and then, two, hopefully have success. So, there's no more urgency than any other year, which I would say is always urgent.
Wow. Well, it is. But this year just feels a little different. When you're sitting here at this point in the season, you're 3-3-1. You're right on the Eagles' tail. What, a game and a half back. A lot of season left to play. Some big games coming up. And really, you got to feel just over the moon about your offense. And just to do anything to improve that defense has got to be a priority, you would think.
Now, I heard Diana Rossini from The Athletic talking with Rich Eisen earlier, and she had a chance to visit with Jerry Jones at the owners' meetings this week in New York. And Jerry indicated to her that they are looking at defense, but it's not the position you think.
I talked to Jerry Jones about this yesterday because I was trying to get him to tell me what he was doing here. And it ain't pass rusher, can tell you that, which I thought that would be something that they would maybe look into. He said, we're going defense if we do this. We're not going pass rusher.
Wow. Not pass rusher. So could it be linebacker or maybe secondary?
Well, Logan Wilson from the Cincinnati Bengals has requested a trade, according to Ben Baby of ESPN. And it's interesting because this is a guy that was a team captain, yet he has seen his role reduced over the course of the season. And it doesn't appear to be because of anything other than, are they going to try to move this guy while they get some younger players, some rookies, some playing time? So if you're not going to play me, trade me.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. And but I find that a little bizarre. And I get where he's coming from, but as bad as the Bengals have been, no Joe Burrow, they're still right in the thick of that race. Mm-hmm. And so to have guys ask for a trade right in the middle of the season, and when you're still in the race, is kind of bizarre.
I think it's more of the diminished role, and he just needs a change of scenery. Wants a change of scenery. I mean, he was a team captain and a starter on their Super Bowl team. So I mean. It wasn't that long ago that they were there. And, so could that be an interesting and inexpensive move that the Cowboys could look at? Because clearly he's not going to take one of those first-round picks that you got from Green Bay. He's but is he better than Murray? Is he better than or is he going to just be somebody else to be mad at? I would say he's probably better than what the Cowboys currently have.
Well, it could be, but then you got to get in the mind of Jerry Jones. DeMarvion Overshown's coming back.
Yeah, but this guy's cheap, and that is in the mind of Jerry Jones.
Does that solve the linebacker problem? I think a lot of Cowboy fans, and I think the Jones family thinks that it does. And I think they think him coming back is going to solve a lot of problems. I would rather see them go secondary-wise.
True. Apparently he's got 2 years left on his 4-year, $36 million extension that he signed in 2023.
Well, that's good. That's a good point.
Yeah. Third-round pick, had been a pivotal member of Cincinnati's defense in the turnaround in 2021.
Huh.
I don't know, but change of scenery. I don't know. It's another name to watch. And, again, I think everybody out there always adds Cowboys to anybody that might be out there because there's going to be interest there. But if it isn't an edge rusher, Max Crosby off the table. Linebacker or secondary is where they've got to be looking.
Got to be going there.
And quite frankly, their linebacker play is just so bad that I would almost think linebacker might be the priority over secondary.
That could be. I don't know. If I had to bet, if you told me you must make a bet on whether they do something, I would say they're not going to do a thing. They will stand pat. That's just if I had to make a bet, which I'm not going to.
I don't know. I mean, they're always trying to help the defense. Although, hell, how much did Shoddy help the defense?
He did.
I mean, Shoddy spent a lot of time last week with the defensive coaches and then the defensive meetings. So we asked Steven, is that going to be part of the normal, regular, weekly routine?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a week-to-week thing. Obviously, Coach Schottenheimer's calling the offense too, so he's got that to do as well. I think this was more of just to say, hey, here's the way, if I were going to come attack our defense, the Cowboys' defense, this is what I'd be looking at. And he wanted to sit down and, spend some, more time than normal going through with him, some ideas, that might be some things we might want to look at changing up with our personnel and, how an offensive guy would, how you'd look at it through the lens of an offensive guy. And I think that was very helpful.
Obviously it is, and that's a good idea. If you're an offensive coordinator, play caller, you come in at, man, if I was going up against this defense, this is what I would do. So fix that. And it worked.
As good as that offense is that the Cowboys have, if that defense just got a little bit better,
it would be awesome.
That could be the difference maker.
It would be.
We'll see.
Absolutely.
You know what we do every Thursday about this time?
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
We get you ready for the weekend. We call it What's on Tap. It is brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint. Online at samsburgerjoint.com, where you can go get your tickets, see their entire lineup calendar, their menu. Tonight on stage, Nick Parr and the Selfless Lovers.
Nice.
Ruben V out there on Friday. Saturday night, something called Memory of a Melody. I have no idea how to say the dude's last name on Sunday.
I need to know, man. Who is that on Sunday night?
I think Pledge set something down on the keyboard. Just get out there on Sunday. Billy and whatever his last name is.
Marcia Fava.
Well, what?
Yeah. Marcia Fava.
You need the bleep machine for that, Pledge?
That's who I'm saying it is. Billy Marcia Fava. Never heard of him. Have you?
No.
If you're looking for something else tonight, Green Hall, the Jesse Stratton Band is playing out there. Stable Hall at the Pearl, Blackberry Smoke, Rattle, Ramble, and Roll Tour. At the Charlie McCombs Empire Theater tonight, Serial Killers with Dr. Scott Bond. That's weird. ACL Live tonight, if you're probably already headed there if you're going to see this. Jim Gaffigan, Everything is Wonderful. Max Diaz and Never Easy is at the Vibes Underground tonight. And Chingo Bling at the LOL Comedy Club.
Friday night, Flores Country Store, Ole 60. Sean McConnell out at Green Hall. Stable Hall at the Pearl has Eclipse, that Journey tribute band. SpaceCon happening at Freeman Coliseum. The Boeing Center at Techport has Survive the Night LAN event. I have no idea. Megan Kelly is at the Majestic Theater live on tour. Tom Papa, the Grateful Bread tour at the Combs Empire Theater. This will be a good show. Mumford & Sons happening at the Moody Center up in Austin. That'll be a good show.
That'll be a good show. Saturday night at the Alamo Dome, Paul McCartney got back.
Now, a couple of things on that.
Yeah.
I was at the Dome today, man. The buses and the trucks are over there setting up the stage. Looks incredible. No opener. Show starts at 8 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah, I saw that on an email. Like, hey, know before you go. No opener. Show starts at 8 o'clock. That's a little unusual.
How about that?
And park and ride, because there's so much crap going on downtown. Park and ride, certainly the way to go. Free all day Saturday.
Wow.
So
I tell you, you're taking park and ride.
Yeah, because you're not going to find parking downtown. It's going to be a bleep show anyway, but there's like 80,014 events happening this weekend downtown, and park and ride is free.
Well, that's awesome. Good for VIA to do that. Flores Country Store on Saturday night, Braxton Keith, Green Hall, the Lowdown Drifters, and Adam Hood. Stable Hall at the Pearl on Saturday night, Larry Fleet is there. This is interesting at the Aztec Theater on Saturday night. French Police, North America 2025. Is that like a ripoff of Police?
Probably. I don't know.
But they're French?
Yeah, maybe.
That's what I'm thinking. The Majestic Theater, Avatar, The Last Airbender in concert. Wow, you going to that, Pledge?
Seems like he needs an airbender.
There's a lot of stuff going on Saturday night. How about at the Germania Insurance Amphitheater, Alex Cooper and Judas Priest?
Who is Alex Cooper?
Alice
Okay.
Cooper.
I was like, Alex? Who the hell's that?
Alice.
Why would some guy named Alex be rolling around with Judas Priest?
Like my hometown, Alice.
Yes, Alice
Cooper. Ought to be good. That Chingo Bling dude's playing all weekend at the LOL Comedy Club.
He's funny.
Is he?
All-time low Sunday night at the Boeing Center at Techport. Spurs have their home opener Sunday at 1 o'clock game. They get the Brooklyn Nets.
They're going back-to-back. They play Monday night, too, at home.
Against the Toronto Raptors. Of course, Monday, the Blitz is going to be live out at the Roo Pub, 281 and Redland Road, Monday afternoon, 2 to 6. Come hang out with us. What's on Tap brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint online, samsburgerjoint.com.
Want to thank everybody for participating in our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube poll tonight. Our team's tanking the same as players shaving points. 159 votes. The no's have it, 55% to 45%. We've got NFL football here on the 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star beginning at 6:30.
Brought to you by Flight by Yingling.
Yes.
Thursday Night Football. Get ready for a Flight Friday.
Until then, though, the warm-up act is Extra Innings with Pledger. He will be on from 6 to 6:30. Don't forget to join the fellas in the morning on the Morning Huddle. AJ and Rob, they'll get you started at 6 o'clock. Minix and I will be out at Gus Stadium tomorrow afternoon. The Blitz starts at 2. Have a great night, everybody.
Oh, gosh.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water system when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great-tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
Call 656 Pure Connecticut.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips.